Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched the Movie. I am Mike. Jay will be here in just a few moments. And yes, I look like a fat baby. And it's because I fucked up shaving my face because I'm an idiot and I can't do anything right ever. And I hate everything and I want to die. How is your morning going? How are you guys doing? I hope it's better than me. I really do. Do you see what I did to my fucking sideburns? I like Vanilla Ice. I should have just had him put a Nike swoosh in the back of my head. Yeah. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're having a great day. It's a good day to be alive, you know? Weird face notwithstanding. It's still a good time to be alive. I'm happy to be here. I hope you guys are. And we're going to have a good time. It's Halloween. We're going to have a good time tonight. Like I said, Jay's just running a few minutes late. He said I'll be here in just a minute. And yeah. How's the week going, folks? How's everybody doing? I see Lois. What up? Or Tommy, Link. Got Sir Cod Gamer, Triple B Haunted Basement. I hope everything's okay with that. What's up, Richie Rich, Iron Wolf, Kyle, Francisco. That's a pretty name. What's up, Jeff? Lantonio. Thanks, Laquita. I appreciate that. I have the maturity of a 15-year-old, so it would make sense that I would look like 15. Yeah. So this was an accident. It's a total accident, and I hate the way I look. I guarantee it. But we'll live. We're just gonna live. Good to see you too, Lantonio. Hey, yeah, Fresh Cut Thursday, Jay Mitch. Fuck me. The haircut was not on purpose though. I shaved and I fucked up shaving, and then I had to shave the whole beard off. And then I shaved the whole beard. I messed up whatever this is. So I had an emergency run to a Great Clips, which you never want to go to a Great Clips and be like, because nobody else respectable is going to get me in. I had to be like, hey, can you fix this? And she was like, yeah, honey, I got you. Didn't fix it. Just got a bad haircut on top of everything else. But here we are. Appreciate that, Tyler. Yeah, had a new Bloody Disgusting article just go up if you guys are interested in that. About bears shitting in the woods. What's up, man?
Hi, man. How you doing? How y'all doing? You doing good?
Oh, hang on. I got you messed up. I got to put my headphones in. Otherwise, you're going to be echoing for everybody.
Oh.
They're not connected. 1 second. We run a real tight ship over here. I don't know if you guys can tell. Why aren't you giving me the fucking option to do what I want you to do? Okay, here we go. Yeah? Oh, shit. Fuck. Fart knocking titty twister.
Oh.
And we're good. Hang on. Say something.
Yeah.
Say something. I got you.
I am.
Fixed.
All right. Good times.
Taking a poopy?
Yeah, I was actually taking a shit. By the way, this is that shirt you got me.
Oh, it looks like it fits, man.
It looks good. I love it. Yeah, it's a good time.
Hell yeah. I was like, I don't feel right buying clothes for another man, but when it comes down to it, we're just gays.
Yeah, this is bought for me by my boyfriend, his side chick, aka his wife. It's fine though; it don't matter. We have an open, honest relationship with one another. Dude,
if you're Eskimo brothers with a man, you might as well just have sex together.
I was gonna say, later on, dude, I got this thing. I think everybody would like it. Dude. It's funny as fuck. I'll have to tell you what it is. It's somebody took and they deep faked Sylvester Stallone and Arnold's faces on the Step Brothers, and they put their voices on it. It's only like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but it's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
You want to watch it?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we can do it now or later, but I mean, let me see.
I'll pull it up for later.
All right.
Step Brothers deep fake.
Yeah, well, it's a certain video though. It's from a guy. The creator's name is Brian Monarch.
Yep, I got it.
All right.
There's 2 of them. One's a minute. Yeah, they're about the same now with voices. Okay, yeah, that's the one we want to go.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I only started watching like 10 seconds of it, and I was like, dude, everybody's fucking. Dude, I started cracking the fuck up.
Yeah, we'll watch it while we're on here. That'll be funny as fuck, dude. It's that's funny as hell because I almost wore my Cali wine mixer shirt just to this thing, but I cut the sleeves off of it.
Yeah.
Because I needed a new like volleyball shirt and I fucked it up. And so I didn't do that. It was a cool story.
It was great
for coming to my TED Talk.
I was gonna write it down for future reference, but I forgot my pen.
It was a really good
Speaking
story.
of which, I just read about, and I gotta say, I'm just disappointed a little bit. I understand. I can sympathize and empathize a little bit with him, but I kind of understand what was happening too in the 80s. So I don't know when the interview was, but Ernie Hudson came out and was talking about Ghostbusters. I think someone asked,
Dude,
was that the story?
I literally have that pulled up as one of the news stories today. That's funny as fuck. Hang on, I'll share the screen with you. You can go ahead and.
Okay, well, so just the basic what happened is someone had asked him, and again, I think it was the Howard Stern show, that was Ghostbusters the biggest movie of his career, and he said no, that he actually continued to work like pretty much nonstop even after Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters really didn't bring him the fame that he wanted, and in the interview, and as articles point out, he goes on about like he felt like he was pushed aside and he didn't really get the same respect or inclusiveness that he felt like he deserved in 1984 with Ghostbusters, especially on the posters, which I do agree with him that he should have been on the poster, and I think Bill Murray actually fought for him to be on the Ghostbusters 2 poster. But then it kind of devolved into about like he had to make peace with it, and all this stuff. Look, I understand, like I said, beginning, I empathize to some degree with what he was talking about, but also if you go further and you look into it, the reason why he wasn't on he should have been on the poster, but the reason why he wasn't like a big part of the movie itself, he wasn't a megastar. Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray were already big giant superstars when that movie came out. People were going to see the movie for them. They didn't know who the fuck Ernie Hudson was from Your Mom. They didn't know who he was at all. He had not really, he had done movies, of course, but not to that role. So to say that there was any type of motivation, and again, he said the cast itself were great, and Ivan Reitman was an awesome person, but to say that it was because of maybe the skin color that's what happened, that's not necessary. That's kind of being unauthentic, because by the way, he said that in the script, Winston had a lot more lines, and he was in the early part of the draft. Then he got cut to the middle. That role was wrote for Eddie Murphy. When Eddie Murphy was not going to be in the movie, the studio was like, well, nobody knows who Ernie Hudson is, so let's take the role and reduce it, because one of the bigger stars, Eddie Murphy, was going to be in this movie, so let's save some fucking money and reduce that role. That's what happened. Yeah. But also, by the way, just on the same note, not Eddie Murphy, Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, and Bill Murray were the comedians. They needed a straight man. You could say Harold Ramis was the straight man, but not really. In this movie, Ernie Hudson was the everyday guy.
This show needs a straight guy.
Yeah, he was the only guy that didn't suck dick, because all the other guys did. But look, to be honest,
around here,
I empathize. I do. I love Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson's a great guy. I was going through some of the reactions on this, and I was going through some of what people were saying. Some of them were funny. One guy was like, please, Ernie, don't do this. And it showed a picture of Samwise Gamgee. He's like, don't go where I can follow. Because people are like saying, basically what they're saying is, they're saying, we love you, Ernie, but don't do this shit where you're making it about something that it's not, because then you're going to destroy the legacy that you've already have. Basically, just shut the fuck up and be grateful for the role that you were given. And I love Ernie Hudson, but Jesus Christ, it was a great role. And not to mention the fact you couldn't have felt too slighted because you came back for Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with these things because you never know the tone of it. It's like a text message, you never know. He could have
the actual interview itself, you could hear him.
Oh, I didn't know they had that. I'm just looking at what he said here. And he does say, eventually he's like, I think he, more than anything, he said, let me see the exact. He kind of said that in his opinion, it wasn't about race. He thinks everybody makes it about that because he said it wasn't an easy road. It was probably the most difficult movie I ever did, just from the psychological perspective. And I'm still trying not to take it personally. Anything bad, if you're African-American in this country, anything bad happens to you, you can always blame it on because I'm black. You don't want to go there. That's the last thing I want to do. I got nothing bad to say about anybody, but it was hard. So I think he was saying like it's not
the way. But if you watch the interview, there's another black guy that's there, and he was like, they start kind of like laughing, like kind of a wink. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be like, like anything bad happens. So it's almost like we can't talk about that or something like that. I don't know. It's hard to understand what his motivations were even for bringing it up. And of course, when you say something like this, these are the way these goddamn companies do. They don't want to write anything positive. It's always, let's add to the racial tensions in the country and make sure that we split everybody up so that we can fucking, keep making money off your goddamn sadness and misery, you pieces of shit. And so they twist his words, they frame it in a certain way, and they get everybody heated up. And now it's I versus you, you versus me. And they can't just enjoy a fucking movie because it's all going to have something. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know. The only ones that can know for sure are the ones that were there. Was he mistreated by the studio? Possibly. I mean, I don't know. 1984 was a different time. Yes. I mean, it's possible 100%. But whether or not he was still, he still had a great role. And he even says in the article, he said in the interview too, that he said a lot of younger people could identify with him. Not because you were just black necessarily, but because he was the straight guy. If you didn't understand all this kooky ass shit, what the hell's an ectometer or an ecto goggle? Or what the hell's slime? He was just the guy like, if there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say. I hate shit like this, dude, because it's just one of those things that fucking pisses people off.
I do too, and it's going to get headlines and it's going to get clicks and stuff like that. And I mean, honest to God, like if you're him and you think that, like I have my opinion about it, which I'll get to in a second, but like if you're him and you think that, like he maybe does think to himself, hey, I wonder if life would have been different if I had that meaty part in the original Ghostbusters script. I mean, I think anybody, it's hard not to take that personally.
But if you're not the star though, if you're coming in, if you're just like, if you're a bassist, you're not always going to be front center.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying in his mind, he could have been thinking, like personally, I think anybody that would cross their mind. You know what I mean? Anybody would think that. And maybe even be like, hey, it was 1984. I was the only black guy on set. Maybe it had something to do with that. But again, I mean, I wouldn't think it was because like you said, the reason the role got pushed back is because he wasn't as big of a star. They had Eddie Murphy. Of course, Eddie Murphy, if he's going to be in Ghostbusters, is going to have more stuff. You know, he's going to have more dialogue and stuff like that in the movie. And he says as much so himself. So I think, and again, also, it's like, it's Hollywood, man. I feel like Hollywood is very, very rough. Like you got actors who go and get told no to their face, every day of the week and trying to make it in Hollywood. And the fact that he, just having your script changed the night before filming and having to deal with having your character cut back when you're not a known actor, I feel like that should be pretty run of the mill shit. I feel like
that's what I would think. If I were coming in, like it's like Mark Wahlberg in Rockstar. He's like, you don't think I'm just going to be just another singer for hire? He's like, we write the songs. It's like you're not because you're not the face. I mean, that's the sad reality of it. I would be honored, to be honest, if I were going to be cast in a movie with someone like Will fucking Ferrell and Tom Hanks, just throwing it out there, and I was going to be one of the main guys in it was a buddy cop movie, and I was kind of like going to be the Joe Pesci guy or something. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. I wouldn't bitch about not being on even if I had a significant role in the movie. Me coming out later and saying, well, I should have had a bigger role. I should have, I should have, could have, would have. If I were a bigger star, then that might have happened. But anyway, I think what the main thing was, he was always mad about and I agree. He said he went to the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters and they still had 3 guys on the poster. And I get that. I mean, over time, yes, they should have definitely put him on the poster. I would have done it. If they were going to re-release the film for the Blu-ray special collector holy shit edition, you should put him on the cover. I mean, I would do that 100%. And I know that Bill Murray, at least that's what the rumor says that he fought hard to get Bill. They were like, he didn't like the fact that he wasn't put on the poster for Ghostbusters. And so in Ghostbusters 2, he wanted him on the poster. But you got to think still, Ernie Hudson's perspective, I get it. I sympathize with it a little bit. But when you're going into a movie like Ghostbusters, you don't just have Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray. You also have Rick Moranis. You have Sigourney Weaver. I mean, these are big stars. These are guys that have already been made in Hollywood. And you're coming in and you're just, I hate to say that word, but you're a jobber. I mean, at that point, you're a jobber. That's what you are. I mean, that's like going into a boxing ring and these are like tomato cans. They line up for you. Like you're
better be a dick jobber.
Yeah, don't be a fluffer. Don't be a fluffer. That's where you jerk the guy off in between scenes to keep that dick rock hard. But anyway, I don't know. I love starting in the morning with some nice racial tensions. I really love it. It's the best.
And I think, dude, I just think it's one of those things that's like, that's the internet today. Like you said, everybody's always trying to take it and paint it a certain way to cause friction. But I mean, at the end of the day, as a human being, I'm sure both are true. You know what I mean? Like both are true. Yes, that was hard for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, he was also lucky to fucking do it. Yes, his role got cut up and that sucks, but it's also true that, you got to be a Ghostbuster and that's awesome. And I don't think this is one of those things that you can look at a person and be like, fuck you for thinking that.
I don't think, I love Ernie Hudson, dude. And I mean, to be honest with you, maybe it wasn't his favorite. Maybe it wasn't his biggest role. Maybe his biggest role came like in The Crow. That was what I mean, where he kind of got some recognition and some fire for his career. What he was really saying was like, he didn't do anything for his career. Like he continuously worked after Ghostbusters. So it didn't he said it took him 2 years to get cast in another movie after Ghostbusters. So and that could have been for a variety of reasons. I don't know why that happened, but either way, yeah. So in the answer to the question, was it his biggest movie? No, because otherwise he would have got roles left and right. But
yeah, and
I don't know.
I mean, also, like if we look at Ernie Hudson, we've said it 100 times, like he's underrated. He should have been way more stuff.
Great, yeah.
If we feel that way about him, imagine how the man feels about himself. You know,
well, he also said
like he's been dicked over a few times.
Well, he said that. Well, you know, in essence, he did say that it was the studio's decision to do a lot of the things, which he's not blaming. Again, because the way that these fucking articles paint things or narrate things or frame things would make it seem like he's going after the cast now or something. He's not. I think he said even the cast was very inclusive, and it was hard coming into a situation where these guys had all worked with each other. They already had chemistry. They had, you know, they had done projects together. So he was the odd man out, but they made him feel welcome. But he said that the fans themselves, thank God for the fans, because if it hadn't been for the fans, I wouldn't have got, you know, the studio would have been like, oh, well, nobody cared about your character. So yeah, I hate that shit, dude. I really, and it's not what he said. And again, I do empathize with what he said. It's just the way shit gets framed and twisted and torn up in media, where all they're trying to do is get click. They're goddamn Don Henley, dirty laundry.
Oh, they probably thought that. They're like, oh shit, I could blow up and I could get a fuck ton of clicks on this article.
Well, like if I was in a band, if you're in a band, right, the bassist is important. The bassist is important, but they're not always going to be the front line. I mean, you're not always going to be the front and center. Like usually it's the lead singer. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. I know there's bassists out there that are just as popular or famous as the lead singer, but the majority of people are looking at the lead singer, right? But that doesn't mean the lead singer is the entire band. The whole band has to work together to make that happen.
As a former lead singer, I completely disagree with you. It is all about the lead
well,
singer.
You sucked,
people Montego. Would be nothing without me.
You sucked.
I know. If I was good, I would have taken us places. See?
No, but I'm just saying, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at, I don't know, I can't even, Aerosmith, for example, who do you really think of? Steven Tyler. I mean, I know the other guy's popular too, but Steven Tyler's the main guy. Who the fuck is the drummer? I don't even know who drums for him.
My band.
His name's Mr. His name's probably something too, like Mr. Tarver. Like his name's like Jack Tarver. And like, yeah.
Especially when I drop the beat and do my acapellas.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. I had that one pulled up for sure because I knew we'd talk about it. There's other good 90s nuggets in there as well. Jaeger Bomb, first super chat today. Thank you, sir. Says, I'm here today. Jay, I told Mike on Twitter I went to see Winnie the Pooh, so you guys didn't have to. It was the worst movie I've seen since Garbage Pail Kids.
I like Garbage Pail Kids. I like Garbage Pail Kids. I did. It's like fucking Juice. Do you guys remember that shitty ass? Like, it's so bad, it's good, corny movie from the 80s. Garbage Pail Kids was funny to me. But yeah, I've heard that too. Now I'm actually hearing a lot of people coming out and said it's a really terrible titty movie. It's sour tit milk juice. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I won't watch it. But I said I wouldn't go to the theater and watch it. I'll wait for it to stream. I mean, that's what I'm just going to watch it for free.
The guy who makes it's getting on my fucking nerves, dude. Because every day there's a new article. Winnie the Pooh maker says he's going to do Superman next. As soon as the rights revert on Superman, he's going to make a Superman. I was like, what the fuck? Like every single thing this guy has just went out and claimed the rights to everything that's public domain now. And so we're going to get a bunch of trashy ass movies like this. You know, fuck it.
That's like somebody talking to you crazy, like, or something. If you're like holding the door open, you know, for them to go into the store and they just like turn to you and start saying weird shit like, one day I will rule the earth and Satan will be at my right hand. So I was like, okay, let's go on in. Like, it's like you want to say that to that guy. It's like, okay, people saw your movie. Some people didn't like it. Okay. It doesn't mean you have to go on a fucking rampage saying you're going to own everything and make everything now. It's just weird.
In like a week, he said, I'm going to do a cinematic universe with like Bambi as like serial killer Bambi and like this and that. And it's like, dude, just take it.
Go into your room and shut the shades and write us some dark songs. Stop it. Maybe it'll be better than the trash movies that you're putting out. But then again, I can't say anything because I haven't seen it. So I'm just talking out of my butthole.
Well, someone was trying to talk me into it. They're like, what's the problem? What's the problem? They're like, it's got hot British babes in it and murders. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Like, horror fans should expect better than this. This is not the fucking 80s anymore. That kind of accepting that shit just thrown at you like it's got boobs in it. And just be that is
a good selling point. Let's be honest.
It's not a bad one, but I mean, who needs to pay $20 for a Fathom event to see a pair of titties?
Well, it's not. It's British titties, okay? So it's a little bit more refined in class.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, I get. But yeah, I know. But you know, there is room for it because there are like you do like to see like corny horror movies now and again. But if it's so bad, it's just bad. Like sometimes you get a movie that's so bad it's good. I mean, it happens. But if it was intentional. Like if he was trying to be bad on purpose, it might be great. It might be like one of the best satires or I don't know, something.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was trying to make it awesome and it really wasn't, and then he's like defending it, and I don't know, then it's a little bit sad.
Yeah. Like Subway these days. Have you ever been to a Subway? Have you been to a Subway lately?
I haven't been in a while. I don't remember when the last time.
I don't know why that crossed my brain, but it's just a sad place to be. Like it's like the what's the place that's in the mall? It's the Tex-Mex place. Moe's. There's like a Moe's in the mall in the food court.
Does Homer come in there a lot?
Huh?
Does Homer come in there a lot?
Yeah. Dude, it's fucking nasty. Like you see, they have the guac laid out there in front of you, and it's like brown. It's like it's like just openly brown guac. Like what the fuck is going on?
Someone emptied their diaper out on my sandwich.
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. JD, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Real nice. Got it at Target. What's up, baby face? Looking fresh and fly as fuck. Have a great show, you beautiful pricks. I appreciate that. I'm assuming you're talking to me because I look like a fat baby.
Oh, I didn't even know she shaved your face.
Oh, dude, it's fucking.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just don't notice shit.
It's fine. No, I wish no one would notice it because it's horrible. It's an accident. I didn't mean to. You ever fucking do that? You ever trim your beard and you just, it never happens to you. It happens to me like once every fucking 3 months.
Yeah, but dude, I'm not using goddamn Kmart clippers.
I guess I
got those at that wall.
No, mine's a wall too.
You have a wall?
It's like I think it's like a $15 fucking. It's not fancy, but it's a
what?
wall.
What setting are you putting it on?
So here's the thing. I decided I didn't want to. Last time I put the beard trimmer on it, it was too short for me.
Yeah.
And so I tried to freehand it, and I just fucking my elbow hit the counter, and I went. Zoop. And dude, I just had a slash right here. So I was like, all right, I got to shave. Then I went to shave. I couldn't get it right, so I just fucked all that up, and then I went to shave this. Look at this fucking line, dude. I look like I put on a Lego.
No, goddamn, dude, that's getting like Forrest Gumpy tall.
No, give me a fucking Nike check. I got a Vanilla Ice haircut going on.
You should
here.
do that.
I got on both fucking had to match it up,
dude. What the fuck?
I went to Great Clips right before.
How far did you? How did you get it up that high?
Huh? I just fucking. I was trying to. Jesus. I don't know what I did. I don't know, but it was very upsetting.
You look like if you had a flat top, dude, it'd be perfect. You look like one of those 1955 bullies.
I know. I was a great dude because my hair person was not open, right? They didn't have any appointments. Literally, this happened before the stream. I was feeling all good and stuff, and it just fucked my whole day up. I had to run to Great Clips. I was like, "Can you fucking fix this?" Because it was worse looking, dude, when the hair was longer. And she's like, "I got you, baby," and I was like, "I'm fucked." And then I got
smoking a pack of cigarettes as she cut your hair.
I was like, now not only do I have that, but I also have a shitty Great Clips haircut. This is a great day. It's a great fucking day.
That's all right, dude. I get my haircut done by a redneck. But hey, you know why? It's $17. A lot of money. What's $17?
Mine was $16. That's the cheapest haircut I've had in a long time.
I always give them a $2 tip, though. It's like in church, you always give them a tip. Like mom always said, give them $1 in the collection plate. I always give them $2. I probably should give them more, but I don't. But yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, I think hairdressers are supposed to tip more. I tip $7 for 16.
Yeah, but dude, I don't. I think it's just if you're the clipper you're actually using, like I use like a 2 to keep mine. That's it.
See, I use a 3 and it like shaves it down. Of course, I don't have as thick of beard as you do, obviously. Mine just grows down here. Can't grow it on my face. You know what? Enough about my fucking beard. God damn it. I'm fucking pissed. Maverick Media, thank you very much. Says Mike looking like a young John Travolta pre-Scientology. What's your favorite scary movie outside of the major franchises? Love y'all. Favorite scary movie? I guess. I mean, you'd say Exorcist, but that counts as a major franchise, I feel like.
Well, because there's more than one.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I could think of one better, and I probably will. But for right now, one of my favorite scary horror movies that I watched, and I love it, is Mama. I love that movie. I've seen that movie several times.
You do love that. You're a mama loving son of a bitch.
I do. I love my mama. Yeah, I do. I think it's good. But no, it's like it just reminds me of a gothic fairy tale. That's just why I like it. I don't know. It's just unique to me.
I hate it when these moments happen because it's like I need to come up with a perfect answer and I can't. My brain's completely fucking blank. Totally goddamn blank.
You know what you could have said, and I don't even know if it would count because it technically would be a horror. I mean, I guess it could be a horror. The Jacket with Adrian Brody. That's like a sci-fi horror.
That's a good thrill. I'm gonna say Signs. Signs is sort of a horror movie, right? It does scare me.
Some people could say it. Yeah.
So I'm going to say Signs right now, but I need there'll be a better answer later. Maybe I'll think of it while we're streaming.
I know that the people that invested in that movie were scared when that movie came out because they're like, oh, it didn't make as much.
Bobinos, children. Bobinos. Caleb Parkinson, thank you, sir. He said, wife is sick. The kids are sick. I'm peeing out of my butt at the moment.
Oh.
How could it get worse? Thanks for being one plus thing today.
Hey, man, it's always bad when you got to pee out of your asshole to go to the bathroom. That's the worst. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Liquid diarrhea, son.
Dude, fun story. This is very embarrassing. I guess I didn't get my first bout of waterita. That sounds like a new food. Have you tried the new waterita from Taco Bell?
It'll make you pee out of your butt.
I guess I haven't. I didn't have it for a long time, but I was home from school sick, and my mom was at work, so I was old enough to be alone, which is what's sort of embarrassing about this. But parents didn't give a fuck back then. They probably left me alone when I was like 2. But I was sitting on the toilet, and I was sick as fuck, man, and I was shooting goddamn just whole water parks out of my asshole. And I called my mom and I said, can you throw up out of your butt? I was like, is it possible to throw up out of your butt? She was like, it's diarrhea. It's called diarrhea. I didn't know what was happening to me. So it was really embarrassing, but
your butthole was vomiting.
Better.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, because it came in waves.
It's always bad when you don't know it's going to happen, though. Like when you have the squirty dumplings, you don't know. Like you just sit down and you're like, oh, this is going to be so fucking great. A big turd is going to flop out. I'm going to lose like 5 pounds. And then it's just like straight goddamn lightning bolts of water coming out of your butthole. Like Zeus is standing on top of your anus like a mountaintop throwing down thunderbolts of shit. And it's like, and because it farts and then it just splatters. Oh my God, it's the worst, man. But good luck to you, Caleb. I hope it's all, I have plenty of magazines next to the toilet today.
Hey, think of it this way, man. You're getting rid of all the toxins in your body. You're having a nice cleanse. But the kids being sick is the worst, because when you're sick and you got to clean up like kid throw up and stuff, oh, that's rough.
You bend over, try to clean it up, and then you shit your pants and vomit at the same time. It's like the worst feeling ever.
Oh, God be with you, man. I hope you guys feel better. Sean Tubby 123 says, we are whamming in the morning now, you cocks. Number 2, Cocaine Bear. We're going to talk about that. Number 3, still laughing at Jay and his lesbian names.
Hey, man, everybody did it. Everybody did that. I just happened to be one of the select few of the gods, so that I could get away with it.
You're like, don't touch that one. That one's for adults.
I think it should be more impressive that I was actually renting it at such a young age and nobody was stopping me.
It was honestly, for you at that age, it was pretty brazen. It was kind of a brave, kind of a baller.
Well, I thought I was being slick too, because I didn't think because I always picked movies that had like simple title that didn't seem like it was going to have like, any kind of, it would be like Murder in the Fifth, or it would be like Alleyway Night, and people would be like, oh, it's just a thriller movie. So the title didn't give it away. It didn't say like fucking anal beat lesbians play or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't like fist my asshole now, Greg.
Yeah, but like one of the best lesbian scenes of all time was in Double Impact, and nobody saw that coming.
That's true. Yeah,
that's hot. I mean, I broke my tape rewinding that part.
Dude, I broke Ace Ventura. We all broke Cruel Intentions. Ace Ventura, I just thought it was a funny movie. I just liked it a lot. But yeah, still, we read that already. Mike's a big, sexy emo country man.
On that John Deere, riding out there, that John Deere.
Yeah, I'm emotional, but I can also mow my own lawn. All right.
Mike's on that John Deere. It's all painted black, and he's listening to Molly Hatchet. God damn, he's emo,
dude. By the way, went to that Highly Suspect concert. Speaking of being old as fuck.
Yeah.
And it was good. They were good, but I got too drunk.
Oh.
As you do. I spent most of yesterday hungover, and I did crowd surf, even though I already agreed to myself. I gotta start paying my bills so they'll stop calling.
Is that who it is?
Yeah. I don't know.
Your water's gonna be shut off in about a half hour. Like, yeah, I'm good. I got all bottled stuff.
It's just like account services or something. I don't know. I don't answer them, so I don't know. I guess I'll find out one day when something stops working. I guess I better pay.
Debt collector.
Yeah. But no, I did. I got drunk and I was like, someone was crowd surfing. I was like, I'm gonna do that. Should I do that? Because like, yeah. And people were like, do it. I was like, fine, dude. I went like 4 rows up. and got dropped on my fucking head. And I deserved it. But I didn't land on my head. I landed on my back. And immediately I was just like, I felt like Garth when I hit the ground. I just sat there for a minute. And all these people were looking at me. I just went, ow.
I'd acted like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man when he fell off the roof and he was like, my back. And he was like, my back. I was like, I'm going home. Fuck, I was too drunk to feel it.
Thankfully, but I am feeling it now. I'm done with that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm too old and I'm too fat. I was rude to the people I was crowd surfing.
Well, dude, thank God you didn't imagine falling into a dude that was super big and drunk, and then he just goddamn knocks your head off like Jason in Manhattan.
There was a few of those dudes there too, and it's not something I would have done sober. It's the kind of thing you got to think about. I would have thought about that sober and realized that guy over there is probably going to hit
If
me.
I fall into a dude like that and he was mad at me, like, what the fuck, bro? I was like, dude, that guy over there threw me into you and called you gay.
He's like, what's wrong with that?
Like, I was like, that dude over there. I was like, nothing's wrong with it. But he said you suck dick for a living, that you're gay for pay. That's what that guy over there, that guy named Mike, is saying.
He's like, no, I do it for free.
I just want to I want the aggro off of me. I'll just throw anybody under the bus so it doesn't bother me.
That's honestly, I probably would have came out like, Brigitte gay.
Like you were calling him gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh yeah, you'd be dead.
Meet me for Manly Love at 9 p.m. Nerd's Eye View. I love that name, by the way. I'm pretty sure we said that before, but Bird's Eye View is a great band. I mean, that song was great. Remember that song? Everything falls apart, and you got to put it back together. You don't remember that song?
That sounds terrible.
It
sounds like a mechanics workshop like go-to song.
It looks like the singer looked like Ethan Embry. It was like a crazy 90s song. Dog's Eye View.
It just reminded me of like walking into like a locally owned mechanic shop and hearing it on the radio. Like I don't know why.
So yeah, it's probably just the way I sang it though. I put some country twang on it. It didn't need. I always wondered if you and Jay heard of or watched the show Supernatural. I only saw a little bit because 15 seasons is hard to catch up on.
Yeah, that's pretty daunting. I've always wanted to watch it. I think I watched half of the first episode, but I think I'm in the same boat with you, Nerds. I don't think I can do it because the 15 seasons is just too much. I don't want to. That's just a lot of fucking shows to watch. I heard it's good though.
My wife was obsessed with it for a while. She has a Supernatural tattoo actually, but she would always watch it when I was like working and doing stuff, and I would like I maybe watch like 10 different sections of different episodes, and I already picked up on like the plot, and it seems like it's one of those shows like the same thing happens every show. Like it runs through like the same like checkpoints, and I got bored of it really quick. But I mean, I dig it for the people who dig it. You know,
well, I like Jensen Ackles. I think he's a good actor. I don't care about Jarrett Padalecki that much, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I know he's in it. But I just and plus I think it's been spoiled for me so many times, like just randomly. Not that it was anybody's fault, not that they were doing it on purpose, but because I would go into like a Reddit sub chat or whatever, and it would be like, "Oh, you remember that time on Supernatural when the dad came back to life?" And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Well, I'm not going to watch it now." But I mean, again, spoilers don't bother me, but I just 15 seasons, dude. Fuck, I can't do that. I gotta have time to masturbate.
Yeah, you gotta. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta get those numbers up. That's a lot. That's a lot of show to watch. There's a couple shows. I started watching the X-Files. I got through like one episode. I was like, I'm gonna watch them all, and I was like, I'm tired.
No. He was like, "Flush me, Jay. Flush me." I was like, "No, I ain't doing that."
Michael Parton, what's up, buddy? Says, I hope James Wan fixes Aquaman 2 before December. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did, and I gotta say, guys, I don't think you're not fixing that leaky boat, sir. It's going down, Titanic style. That shit hit the iceberg, and we're all fucked. Kiss it goodbye. It's done. Over. Jason Momoa's hair. Oh my god. The thing about that movie is, and by the way, it's already been confirmed. I guess it was confirmed by James Gunn. Aquaman's done. That is not going to be included in his universe. I think he said that Aquaman 2 was the last of the Aquaman movies as far as he's concerned in that particular universe. And I feel bad for Momoa. I do. Because, I mean, I feel like he wanted to make a good movie, and they really did try to reshoot as much as they could, but Amber fucking shit in the bed turd. I mean, I heard people were walking out of the test screenings, and they're not supposed to walk out. But when she came on, they were walking out. And I think there are a lot.
Like if they were that upset about her being on screen, I'm sure they've kept up with the news. I'm sure they knew she was in the fucking thing.
Well, they did, but they also had thought that Warner Brothers was going to either cut her role so significantly down to like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, it wouldn't matter, or take her out completely, because they were already doing massive reshoots because of the thing going on with Johnny Depp. And they're like, if you're going to put the money in for reshoots, just cut her out of the fucking movie and recast her. If you're already putting the money in. And then on top of that, I think someone said they had to make Ben Affleck's role as Batman in the movie even larger. Now he's like a side character because originally he was just going to be a cameo because they had to make up for the fact they were cutting out shit.
Now, see, I thought I just read that they cut out both the Batman cameos.
I heard he was going to be more of a side character now, so he's in it more.
To me, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
In the movie more. But I thought I read that he was not in the movie, but I could be wrong.
I feel bad for Momoa, but at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I was interested to see Aquaman 2, kind of, but not really. So I don't really care. I don't even really know how much the sales would have boosted if they'd removed her. I think someone did say that people would have gone and supported it, even if they didn't want to see the movie, if she'd been cut out of the movie. I don't know if that's true or not, but either way, whatever. Aquaman 2. I wanted to see it do well, but it's just, I don't think it's going to.
Yeah, see, and I watched the first Aquaman and I was like, this is all right. It's like James Wan making a superhero movie about something I just could not care less about. And it's not that I don't care about the Aquaman character. I think there's some cool stuff. I enjoyed what they did in Entourage with Vince being the Aquaman character. But I mean, like, I'll just be honest with you. It's one of those things you just have to come clean about, you know? A, I'm gay, and B, more importantly, I'm not a Momoa dude. Like, to me, it seems like he's very like much like The Rock to me. And it's like, it's always like the same personality.
I think
like
he has a one note type of actor.
Yeah, and everybody
Vin Diesel
supposed to gush over everything he does, and I'm just like,
well, right now, by the way, so I know we don't get that much hate. He's a one note actor as of now. If he gets another role and he can expand or show his versatility as an actor, it's different. But I'm just saying, like, if you look at Vin Diesel, I mean, he is people cast Triple X, Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah,
I think that's what. Yeah, and then you know, he's pretty much the same character. And then he did like that one movie where he's like dressed up as a girl, like his like daughter was dressing him up. I don't know if it was him or The Rock. It was like
The Pacifier.
One of those, yeah. And it was like a comedy family thing. And it's
like a rite of passage for wrestlers usually to do that. You got to do the.
Well, no, The Rock did one, and then Vin Diesel did one too. But it wasn't that good. I'm just saying, I don't know. We'll see. But as far as Jason Momoa, James Wan fixing it, I just don't think it's going to work. I really think if the only way to fix this movie now is to fucking scrap it and start over.
Yeah, and Stacey James said the dude's a teddy bear and humble as fuck. And I'm not saying he's not a good dude. I'm not saying that at all. Yeah, no, I think he's Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he is. He's a nice guy.
I know that's what I'm saying. I know everybody loves Momoa, and he's apparently like the best dude ever. But to me, I mean, that doesn't mean I want to see you do it. Like, you know, I mean, like, I'm glad he's a nice guy and everything, and he seems cool. But like, he just seems like Jason Momoa on screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you could critique him as his acting abilities, but that has nothing to do with him personally. I mean, it's like if you had a guy that was like a really shitty fucking I don't know, doctor. It's like, dude, I love you. You're my best friend, but you're not ever gonna fucking operate on me. You lost 3 patients last year in a row. I was like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Just like an Aquaman, like he's going through all this crazy stuff. I forget, I think it was his dad or something like that. But all this bad stuff happening, and it's like one setting. It's like, I'm really angry, and I don't want to talk about it right now. But eventually, we'll talk, and I'll go do the things. But I'm mad right now, and I don't want to.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was. I feel like that was wrote. I mean, that's the way it was wrote, and Momoa was just performing it the way that it was wrote. So I mean, it is what it is. If you didn't like that take on Aquaman, that's cool. But at the same time, all we're saying is like, yeah, we feel like he's a one-note actor. He's probably is a nice guy. I'm not saying he's not. I mean, I know he's done a lot of things for charity and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean that, you know, he's fucking Academy Award-winning actor just because he's nice.
Yeah, and I think, and maybe it's just the way that that doesn't look like Aquaman. Like just the movie itself, like even the stuff they did underwater. At first, I was like, "Oh, this is okay." Then I watched it a second time, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm watching a fucking what's those movies I don't watch? Lord of the Rings movie or something like that.
That's probably why I liked it so much.
Yeah, I think it's probably the fantasy element or whatever. And like when they're coming out of the water and fucking pit bulls playing, I'm like, what the fuck are we watching?
Like, I love this shit.
So weird.
Patrick Wilson was really good in it too.
He was good in it. And I do love that Dolph Lundgren got some mainstream love in that movie, though. You know. But anyways, enough pooping on Aquaman. I hope the movie's good, but I don't have. Maybe since everybody hates it, I'll fucking like it. I don't know. Maybe I need.
Mike's always the opposite of everybody.
I'm not trying. It's because my dad didn't love me. Let me see here. But if anybody can fix it, James Wan can. Yeah. Jägerbomb says, if cocaine is successful, do you think we will get sequels with other animals? Cocaine beaver?
That's about a wild vagina out in the fucking open.
Cocaine pigeon? Mike Tyson's pigeon? Cocaine pigeon?
God damn. That California is full of nothing but cocaine beavers, the sluts.
I guarantee you'll see it on DVD, dude.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would imagine. I mean, if Cocaine Bear does do well, why wouldn't they make a sequel to it or something? I don't know.
I do miss. You don't see those as often as you used to, but back in the day, and they still do it. But like, if you go to Walmart, it's basically the only place you see them on the shelves. Like, if The Exorcist just came out, say they'll have just a brazen fucking ripoff of it. And it's like The Exorcist or something like that.
Ooh,
and they just change a thing or two here. You know,
The Exorcist. Did you just say The Exorcist?
Yeah.
That's like, porn as shit.
Whoa. The Exorcist.
Right,
you could do an Exorcist porn. He's got to fuck the demon out of her. That'd be entertaining.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd actually watch that. Cocaine Bear,
robe and big dick hanging there.
Yeah, You got to have the shot on the wiener. The cocaine bear is
Not-
going to be successful, though. By the way, I don't think there's any chance of it not being successful. Just so you know, because you said, if it is successful? I think it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But it's like then the priest is like, oh, I can't believe I'm fucking my own stepsister. Sorry, I was still on the thing.
it sounds like the back room of any trailer in Kentucky.
Just any Pornhub video.
Yeah, really, any part in Kentucky.
Speaking of which, let's talk about that for a second because I had that pulled up. The Cocaine Bear reviews are in. And Jay, I was going to ask you this: Are you going to see Cocaine Bear?
Not until later. I'm not going to the theater and see it now.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go today. Skis possibly. But
was it out today? I thought it was out tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh. No, well, it comes out Thursdays. You can go. They come out like 5 and 7 o'clock sometimes on the day before. But I haven't looked at these yet. I figured we would look at them together. God, I want to lick that bear's tongue. Is that weird?
Holy shit! 100%. How many reviews?
6.
Oh, it's not that impressive. Let's not all go up and down the streets with trumpets yet.
Oh, I didn't know there was only 6. But I mean, to be fair, all like the quick reactions and stuff have been really good too. Yeah. But just wanted to check and see what they're saying. Daniel Bayer from Awards Watch says it really only has one joke and it's right there in the title. Well, you gave it a positive score, so that's a weird, confusing situation. Maybe this is the problem.
I think he's just talking about, hey, it's about a bear on cocaine. Like that's it. It's funny.
Yeah, you're either here
that's
for it.
That's what you got to do.
Glenn Dunks from Screen Hub. That's a weird name, Glenn. Right off the bat, you get a sense of the tone director Elizabeth Banks is aiming for with her buzzy, darkly comedic horror movie about a bear that eats, inhales, and licks up cocaine like a Wall Street banker on her gentleman's club.
There you go.
A gentleman's club.
Intriguing.
Huh. Well, I don't know what to say about that. Fun, self-consciously cheesy, B-grade action comedy. I think that's
what it feels like. Yeah.
That's what we wanted out of it. And this is what I mean. Like, everybody's like, you gotta love Winnie the Pooh because it's wacky. And I'm like, but is it good? You know, like this is fun B horror. Yeah. Allegedly, I haven't seen it, but it looks like it had some work put into it. A reasonably fun and grisly horror comedy mayhem. Pretty much exactly what you expected to see. Anthony Moore says this is not just a collection of scenes in which a crazed bear eats people, which is cinema's loss, as every single scene that doesn't involve cocaine bear eating people is completely forgettable, but he gives it a 3 out of 5. So it's one of those cases where it looks like 100%, but it's more or less a bunch of people going, it's pretty good.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's 6 people that said it was good. You got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, just sold. it's been foretold in the books. I don't know. It looks good to me. It looks like that guy actually described it exactly the way the trailers presented: a cheesy, self-conscious B movie action movie. That's what it looks like. It looks fun. I mean, if anything else, I feel bad for the bear. I did feel bad for the bear because, like, do you kill it? Like, you have to kill it.
Yeah, because it's dead.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys know true story cocaine bear. That bear's fucking dead.
Well, it's dead now. I'm talking about, like, I guess just give away the fucking ending.
That's what the story's actually sad, like the real life story.
That's what I'm saying. I feel bad about watching it and taking part in glee, and I'm like, poor fucking bear, goddamn drug dealing assholes lose your fucking coke, and then the poor bear gets addicted. What kind of country we living in?
I don't feel bad for bears though, because bear eats you. You come across a bear, you're fucking
piss it off, and you try to go after its cubs and shit, and you don't share your food with it. I think
they just hunt you. I think they just fucking see you and then they hunt you.
You know what? Actually, the most violent bear it's a polar bear. I was shocked. I thought it would be like a grizzly or something. Apparently, the most aggressive of all the bears is a polar bear, and those fucking Alaskans like sit there and have picnics with it. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Like, it's not like it's gonna pop a Coca-Cola for you and enjoy it. It's gonna fucking
kill you. They live in Alaska. What else are they gonna do?
That's true. They get 30 days of night, and Josh Hartnett comes up there and saves them from the vampires. That's the only joy they get.
What do you want to do? You want to watch 30 Days of Night or Insomnia?
People are like, oh, look at the Peter. Oh my God, look at the bears. Oh my God, they're so pretty. I was like, they would rip your head off and drink your goddamn blood and then strip your flesh off. They're not going to have a Coca-Cola with you and have Santa Claus show up or something. Like, they always show polar bears with Coke and it's all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the.
But I still feel bad for them. I feel bad like people like do this. They don't know.
I'm trying to find out. That's what I need to find out, though, dude. I need to find out if there's titties or not in this movie, and like sex, because not because I need it, because I'm an adult, but I
You want
need to find out.
mentally.
Yeah, I'm trying to take Memphis to see it, and I'm cool with her seeing cocaine and bears ripping people apart. I just don't want her to see a dick or anything, you know?
I think you've got less to worry about a dick showing up than boobies.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works though. In cinema, if they show a cock, it's like a harsher rating. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
If you see a sausage, it's a harsher. That's sexist. So if you see a mushroom tip, if you see a big old Johnson swinging around, and it gets a close up on it, they're going to be like, NC-17, you nasty fucks. But if you can zoom in on a nipple of a big-breasted girl and show goddamn lactating milk coming out, or even a splash of cum, and then they'd be like, that's okay, that's rated R. Maybe even rated PG-13. Let's just see what happens. How long did you show the titty for? Like,
well, think about it this way, dude. Like the only time you see a dick in movies, it's in a elevated horror movie, and it's an old dude's shriveled up wang.
No, you saw it in Dark Diggler. You saw his wang.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, but typically 9 out of 10, it's either a movie about porn where you know you're going to see a dick, or it's a surprise horror dick. And when it's a surprise horror dick, it's never like a nice dick. It's always like an old,
it looks like dick. An old tree. It looks like an old tree branch that's been shriveled up by the rain. It's weird.
Yeah.
By the way, it looks like a cricket wand from Harry Potter. What I want to know is why. Nice. Do you guys know why that is? Like, I really would like someone to do why. Why is it that if you show a dick, it's harsher rating than if you show titties? Or even
nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see a dick.
That's true. Not every. That's not true. Homosexual men would enjoy seeing a wiener.
I think even homosexual men would agree with you on this.
I don't believe
dicks aren't
true.
Pretty things. Like I don't think anybody's like, oh man, every time I see a dick, I want to fuck.
There are some. You know? There are some that looks like they've taken care of it and groomed it nice. I mean, it's a nice looking exhibit.
No, they're all veiny and weird. Even the pretty ones. There's no
muscle.
I've never seen
a big old. That's a muscle.
It's a muscle. That's a muscle.
That's why it's all veiny and bulgy. But no, anyway, I just think that's interesting. Like why a wiener is giving more. Like I don't know why. That's so weird. I don't know. I've never gone on to Google and looked up why. But we have this great search engine called Google, and we can go and travel the stars with our imaginations through the interwebs. And the only thing I want to know is why are dicks harshly rated in movies?
I feel like that's how you should have to type it into, like in the future with AI and like voice technology. Yeah. You should have to actually sing Lit's "Please Tell Me Why" to get it to answer. It's like, please tell me why.
You know what? 60 years ago, you imagine going back in time and telling someone that, trying to describe what Google is. Like you can go on the internet and learn anything, everything, anything you want. And then people are like, oh, wow, you guys must really look at all this cool stuff. You're like, no, I just want to know about dicks and stuff. Like, that's what people use it for. Like, whatever. How can you take too much birth control at once or something? I don't know. Or weird shit like that. I don't know. I've looked up weird stuff before. Not like that, but other weird stuff.
Well, I mean, think about what we did with the internet.
Like why do farts smell? Like, why do your farts smell? Like, you can look that up, and you're like interested. They're like, oh, why is my poop green?
That's a big one too. Most of it's like, am I having a heart attack?
Yeah.
yes. And every time they're like, yeah, you're having a fucking heart attack. They're like, no, actually, that's what the internet does. It's like, no, you're probably not having a heart attack, but if you're having symptoms of having a heart attack, you're probably having a heart attack.
Yeah, dude, if you go on one of those, if you type in Google, the first thing that comes up in a big text in bold, it says, you're fucked. You're dying right now.
Yeah.
Because it takes you to WebMD and you read the worst shit. And then you try to start matching your symptoms to what they're saying, and they're not real. So it's like the placebo effect it's having on your brain. It's not real, but you're just making it seem like it's real. And then you're like, oh, shit, what if I'm creating this in my head and I'm actually going to give myself a heart attack now? Congratulations. You fucked yourself both ways.
Yeah. It's like whatever you Google, it's like, am I having this? And WebMD's just like, yeah.
Never. I remember when I went to the doctor and I said something about, because I looked up something about it, and he was like,
am I gay?
Yeah, I was like, that's a symptom. I need to go to a camp and pray it away. No, it was over. I thought I had colon cancer because it was actually hemorrhoids, but I didn't know. I had never had a hemorrhoid before, and I was like, oh my god, I was in the shower feeling around my butthole as I do. I was cleaning it, and then I felt a hemorrhoid, and I was like, this is fucking colon cancer. I'm gonna die. It's a tumor on my butthole. So I had to call. I didn't want to call, so I had mom call, and that was so. I should have just talked to him. She's like, honey, my boy's got to come in. He's got something on his butthole and he thinks it might be a cancer. So he needs you to check it out. They got me in right away. And then he came in and he spread my cheeks open like that. And then he's like, those are hemorrhoids. And I was like, oh, because I was like, I looked at all this stuff. He's like, listen, don't do that. I'm the doctor. You're not the doctor. Don't do that. All right. They get mad as fuck because you come in there like you're goddamn PhD material. Like you read 5 minutes on the internet. Now you have the same knowledge they have.
Yep.
And they're like, no. He's like, you're not the doctor. I'm the doctor. Those are hemorrhoids. Fucking goddamn stop. You're not going to die. Your butthole's not going to fall off. You need to put some cream on it, preparation to get the fuck out of my face. I got to go wash my hands from touching your dirty butthole. And I was like, I cleaned that well every time before I came in there.
They always get mad. I don't know if you guys don't know this or not. If you're ever like, well, the internet, as soon as you say, well, the Google or the internet or web, they're like, shut the fuck up and sit down, asshole. Let me tell you something. I'm a doctor. They give you that whole thing. But dude, I gotta tell you, when I was looking up to see if there was any circling all the way back around to see if to make sure there's no nudity or hardcore sex or anything in Cocaine Bear, I looked up the parents guide. And it literally says sex and nudity, none. So that's good. Violence and gore, severe, obviously. Profanity, severe. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking, severe. It says under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, it says the whole movie is about a bear going on a rampage after taking cocaine.
So it's pretty much in the title. They're not lying. They're not just being clever.
I hope there's no drugs in this.
Yeah, everything else besides the sex, it's a wholesome movie. You can take a 3-year-old to go see it. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, whoever made up the parents guide is fucking genius, by the way. I wonder if they get money off of that.
I don't know if they do or not, but I use it quite frequently.
Dude, that just seems genius. I mean, you would have to go to see every fucking movie, but you could have a network of people working for you, and that's just insane. I just wonder how. I wonder if anybody somebody gotta own it.
No, it's editable by anybody. Like you can just go on IMDb if you've seen the movie and like go on there and edit it and put it in if you've seen it. See, yeah, there was one dick, there was half an inch of ball shot,
So somebody, but it's a .com, isn't it?
No, it's IMDb.com. But
okay. So I thought someone paid for it. Somebody's so drunk they put that fucking idea up and forgot to patent it, and they're like, "Shit!" It's like now everybody gets it.
Just a little piece of what IMDb does for you these days. But yeah, so I think it's safe to take the 13-year-old too. Caleb Park said, "Oh God, I just received the kiss of death." What happened? Did you get the red rings on your Xbox?
Did your wife kiss you after she vomited or something? She's like, baby.
Sir Cod Gamer says, hey, sexies, y'all going to watch WrestleMania? Is that this weekend?
I don't know. That's free on if Peacock? You got the Peacock, if you got the paid service, whatever.
Yeah. Other
what's it called? Is it called the Cock Turbo? What's it called?
The ad free.
Yeah, ad free. Yeah, that's just an easier way of saying it. They should call it Turbo Cock. If you pay for it, it's called a Turbo Cock. Sign up for Turbo Cock today and show everyone your cock.
It goes from peacock to huge cock.
Peacock to Turbo Cock. Yeah, I probably won't do because I don't know anything about what's going on in wrestling anymore at all. Like I don't know any of the wrestlers except for like John Cena, and that's old still. And maybe now that football's off, I'll do it again. But like I've watched like the past 3 and I've watched like all the big wrestling events for the most part, and I was having fun just watching those and not watching Raw or anything. Like it's good. It's fun to just sit on there and talk some shit to people on Twitter about it. And they're all like, oh, watch this shit every day. Daniel Bryan's the best. Yeah, dude.
Shut the fuck up, newcomer. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I didn't know this was fucking Star Wars, but, I have fun doing that, but the problem is I'm kind of sick of it now because I've noticed every time I turn it on, it's like the big match is always fucking Roman Reigns. Every fucking time it's some Roman Reigns boring ass storyline. I'm like,
I know who he is. He looks like the Kmart version of Jason Momoa. I know that. Yeah. I've seen him, but I don't know. I know people don't like him or some. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I don't know if some people do like him or they hate him. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's why Momoa is not interesting to me. It's because I'm so fucking sick of Roman Reigns and the head of the table bullshit. I
feel like
walks
that wasn't that the critique though.
He's not even
wasn't people like. Yeah, but I thought people were mad about that. They were critiquing the decision to force Roman Reigns down people's throats, and they were like, he didn't earn it or didn't feel like he earned it enough. I don't know. I know he had. I mean, good for him. I know he came back. I think he had leukemia or something like that.
That's a great.
Yeah, he's got a great story, but I was like, well, I don't either. Just besides that, I guess fans just don't like him. I don't know. I'm not on the. I don't know if it's that or if they do love him. I don't know.
It's not his fault. I mean, it's just he's got poorly written storylines, and he's got the worst finishing move in fucking wrestling, dude. The Superman punch, where he literally jumps.
That's like no effort.
If you know anything about like punching at all, you know that's like totally counterintuitive to actually throwing a powerful punch. He jumps up in the air, losing all leg power, and just like it's like, oh, a Superman punch.
He's like, yeah, thanks for noticing my super move. That takes a lot out of me. That's a lot of work right there. I had to roll the numbers in my head. That took me about 3 weeks of hard training to get right. So they were like, you got to come up with a finishing move. And I'm like, God, I have to really think about this. That just sounds like something a little kid would do. I'm going to punch you really hard now.
But I'm going to jump when I do it.
I don't know my favorite. I feel like I liked, obviously I'm going to go with just a classic. I guess the stunner for Stone Cold was, that looked cool. And the RKO is fucking dope too.
I'm going to go with so I can't go stunner because you just did, because it had the extra added
rock bottom. You could go with the rock bottom.
Never was a fan of the rock bottom. I'm going to go the diamond cutter from my favorite wrestler of all time.
It's technically the stunner.
It's right, but there's no kick, and he lays his legs out. Like if you do the stunner, dude, you got to like drop to one knee, but he like lays out when he does it, and he's got to catch him the thing and like flop down. Like a fish.
I was gonna say Lex Luger's the rack when he picked him up and he did that, but I was like, I don't really know how that would hurt. I guess it could, but I don't know.
So that's Rich has the best one though. Sweet chin music.
Shit, I forgot about that one.
That might be the best one.
But you know who I'm not saying he's overrated, but I just feel like the move was kind of like whatever. The figure 4 is classic because it's Ric Flair's, and I get that.
Hey, who the fuck put you in charge, Latrell?
Yeah, next subject. I'm done talking about wrestling. They're talking about my favorite wrestler, Roman Reigns. Don't talk shit on my Roman.
I didn't know you owned the channel.
All I was going to say was Bret Hart. I just feel like that sharpshooter shit was overrated. I just feel like it was a boring-ass finishing move. Bret Hart was great technically. What's where he puts the thing, and I don't know. We put each other in the Lion Tamer. The Lion Tamer fucking hurts, dude. The Chris Jericho one, that shit hurts. You could break someone's spine.
I love the Lion Tamer. That was a go-to for me when we were wrestling, man, because you could feel it cracking their spine.
It fucking hurt, dude. Yeah, you could fucking hurt somebody.
Like normally those moves, like you have to fake it. You're like, oh no, the figure 4. But when you put a Lion Tamer on somebody, you're like, oh, that was real fear.
I'm gonna scare somebody if I ever get to like a real life bar fight. I hope it never happens. If I get him on the ground, I'm gonna put him to a Lion Tamer. People are like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And it's like he starts screaming. I'm like, "God damn, that guy's crazy. That guy's crazy."
It's because really, I mean, what can you do?
If I do that if I was a cop, dude. That's how I fucking get the subject like sedated. He's like, "Calm the fuck down. Stop resisting." I put him in the Lion Tamer.
Dude, I want to see someone put someone in a Lion Tamer during a bar fight. That'd be the funniest shit I've ever seen. Because it would just be you trying to grab their legs and just getting punched in the head.
You'd have to tell the other guys, like, hold him down so I can get him in the Lion Tamer.
You'd have to knock somebody out and then do it. They're like,
they would say it would be all over TMZ. He's like, police brutality coming out late last night from Kentucky while some man put another subject in a Lion Tamer and told him to stop resisting.
The cops show up and he's like, no, you just got to let him finish, man. If you interfere, you'll break his
back. I got $5 on this match, dude. Let's see if he gets the belt.
Dude, that's what they should do, dude. If you went to a bar, we should open up a bar and do this. If there's ever a fight, instead of throwing them both out, just like the lights come on and like the bodyguard comes out and separates them. It's like, okay, here's how we're going to do this. And you pull out a ladder and you put a belt on top of it. And you're like, first
it's made out of beer cans.
Yeah, they win the fight, and then like you sanction it, you get a ref out, and they actually have to do a ladder match like in the middle of the bar. How fucking I would hang out in that bar every night.
I would hope people get in fights, and I get to watch it.
That sounds like in Deadpool. You'd be starting fights between people on
just going back and forth between two guys. Yeah,
that's fucking awesome. James Smith says, I'm really trying not to laugh at the stream whilst at work. You guys are killing me over here. I read that wrong the first time, and I thought it said, I'm really trying to laugh at the stream, and I just can't find anything.
That's how I took it too. It's like, I know it's fucking hard. I can't even bring myself to laugh at half our jokes at all. Like, these are just terrible. These are two pathetic losers. But yeah, I'm glad you're having a good time, man. Don't get in trouble though.
Yeah, thank you though. Tell your boss we said to suck our butts. Don't do that unless you want to.
Unless you want to go on the unemployment line, that's okay.
Yeah, maybe you're looking for a reason to quit. We're hiring. We're not. We're not. Dan Murphy says, morning, gents. Mike, did you shave your nether regions for the stream too? No. But I probably should at some point soon. I need to be better about that. I think we all do.
I actually just shaved mine 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But my shit was look like my shit was look like a Santa Claus beard down there. It had to go.
2 weeks is a long time, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but my hair doesn't grow down like that, like massive down there. But it felt like it was getting like a Santa Claus beard down there.
Oh yeah, if I wanted to, dude, I could make a fucking George of the Jungle story with my cock. But here's the thing: it looks bigger when you shave. So it's always it's always nice. But I always kind of get turned on after I'm done. I'm like, man, this shit looks nice. I want to do
You
something.
want to? Yeah, it's like a new toy. He's like, I want to go use this real quick. Honey, come here.
Yeah, so I think I almost like need a reason. So sometimes I wait just a little bit too long. But if you're the girls, dude, like the ones who keep it like nice, and I don't know what you're into, but like the keep it all like, yeah, it's like in Wolf of Wall Street.
The
like,
bald
yeah,
eagle. I like the bald. That's my thing.
I'm a fan. Yeah. I'm a fan of that as well.
I like it.
So you remember Wolf of Wall Street when he's talking to his dad? He's like, no, Dad. He's like, I know what it is. It's hookers. You're buying hookers. That's what it is. He's like, yeah. But he was like, no, Dad, these girls, they're doing all these completely new things, Dad. He's like, you don't even know. His dad's like, yeah. He's like, they're completely bald. He was like, no.
I love, they have a bush. I love the little bush. I love the bush. I'm like, God damn. I don't know. I mean, shooey. Like I always think of that. Now I know this is getting really off topic, and I know people are just tuning in. I mean, it's only at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're already talking about fucking pubic hair. But I'm just saying, like, listen, I always think of like a massive bush on a chick. It's kind of like that thing in Scary Movie. You got to take one of those goddamn things and start sawing it down. Like I just, if I saw it and it just flops out, I'm like, I don't know, man. But then again, you're not going to really be down there playing with it. You're just going to be sticking something in. So maybe it's
well, it depends.
You just ignore it. You don't know it's down there because you're not seeing it.
We're learning a lot about Jay's love technique.
Well, if it's down there, if it's bushy, if there's like a goddamn mustache and beard down there, I don't want to see it, and I'm just sticking something in it. I'm not like down there exploring it. I'm not going through the jungles of Cambodia looking for the temple. I've already got the key, and I'm inserting it.
Why would we do foreplay when we could just go straight to the main
I'm the
course?
key master. You're the gatekeeper. Let's unlock this shit. Let's do it together.
Oh, but don't you hate when you do it though, and you're itchy for like 2 days?
That's called crabs. You might want to have her checked out.
No, dude, it's the shorter hairs. They get.
I thought you meant like I did it with a girl, and now I've got this weird itch.
no, I was going back. I was going back to where the manscaping, but it's too bad. I wish we had a sponsor of Manscaped. This would be a great.
It's like they didn't like pull out on us.
You know what the worst thing is? And ladies, I don't know if you guys know this. Well, the ladies have it worst anyways, dude, because either they go and they get like the Brazilian done and they have to get like the Kelly Clarkson, but on their, badge.
Yeah.
But guys, you just take the trimmer and you go to town. But I don't know if you guys know this, but if you just at all, just unless you're using the Manscaped, that was true.
That is a really good product.
You can pretty much punch your sack with the Manscaped and you're not going to really hurt it. But
very gentle.
A regular one, like the wall we were talking about earlier. If it just barely, I mean, if your balls get scared and feel the wind of it, they start bleeding.
No shit, dude. That's what I used the other day. I had to use a razor because I couldn't find my Manscaped thing. And you have to be real goddamn careful with this, all right? You gotta get your balls real tight in your hand to make sure like it's smoothed out so you can get all that hair. It's a lot of work. This is very particular. Yeah, this is like being a fucking brain surgeon. Okay, you gotta be real careful with what you're doing down there. And I didn't know I cut it. And then, because I didn't see it bleeding, I got in the shower and goddamn soap got on it. I fucking almost punched a hole through the porcelain. Like, because it was like worse than it get in your eyes, dude. Like, I didn't know it had been cut because I could have protected it. And so when the soap suds went down there and got in there, Jesus Christ, dude, I screamed like a fucking cheetah in the jungle. I wanted to kill something. I swear to God, dude, that hurt so goddamn bad. And then I didn't want to take a shower anymore. I'm just like, fuck it.
Yeah, dude. And the second, it's a sight your eyes don't want to see. When you see blood anywhere around there, you're just like, oh God, even if it's just the tiniest little thing, they're not meant for that stuff.
Yeah, and you got to put like little pieces of toilet paper on your sacks. So when somebody's like, "What happened?" Is like, did you cut yourself with a broken glass? It's like, no. Yes.
He rubs his dick in broken glass. Tex Tootin said, I put a big old Jimmy Dean in the commode this morning.
He said, I put a big old Jimmy Dean in the commode. That's good
one
stuff,
of them
Tex. Hey, man, that's a good goddamn morning right there when you can flush down a Jimmy Dean and that commode don't overflow. Now, that's some good Tex Tootin right there. That's like he ate a Jimmy Dean and then he shit it out. Hey, man, Jimmy Dean sausages are some good shit, and they will make you shit right away. No doubt, no doubt.
They'll do it to you. There ain't no.
Well,
no
speaking of, I'll read this.
Oh, hey, Laquita! Damn, Laquita! Thanks, Laquita. Laquita. Hey guys, I hope you had a great birthday yesterday, Jay. My son suggested I listen to you guys over 4 years ago because of our love of Halloween. Oh. He turns 20 Monday, so can you give Isaiah a cookie woman and he's probably queer birthday shout out?
Cookie woman.
Walking down
that street, and he is probably queer. Your son? He probably is. I don't know him. I know that Michael was probably queer. That's why all this rage. He was inside the closet. Goodbye. Yeah, but thank you, Laquita. That's really nice of you. And I'm glad it didn't turn your, I'm glad you had such love for the franchise that watching us didn't turn it away. Like, I can't believe I share a common interest with these two fucking douchebags.
Yeah,
and they've ruined my take on, huh?
We almost probably ruined it. He probably was like, "Hey, mom, check out these guys." And as soon as she turned it on, it was just us talking about cutting our ball sacks and bleeding in the shower. And it's like, oh,
well, I think no, actually, now that's not true. I think that we've taught young men something very important about how the proper care of your balls
hygiene.
And hygiene, as well as like watch out for that. You don't know the soap stuff's coming. You got to make sure that ball sack is clean when you get in that shower. So I feel like that's a public service. Now everything else is garbage. What we say, but.
That's 100% too. Hey, and tell your son, by the way, that he's almost old enough to he can go to the army if he wants to. He can fight for our country. He's at that age, but he can't buy cigarettes or beer yet. So
it's so weird. That's so weird how that works, isn't it? They can train you to go kill, but they're like, don't you dare fucking drink a goddamn alcohol.
That's some goddamn horse shit right there.
Laquita. You can do it on the base, I'm sure, but I got to go pee real bad. But Laquita, thank you so much. And my birthday was nice. I'm still recovering over a hangover. Dude, you got a disease. No, that means I was drunk yesterday, not now. But all right, I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you so much, Laquita. Really appreciate that. And happy early birthday to Sonny Boy. I don't know why I called him that. It's really awkward. And now I feel like the weird, creepy uncle. Oh my God, it's so white. Ugh, I need a fucking tan, man. Jesus Christ, especially with no beard. I'm telling you guys, I shaved this fucking thing and I was just like, holy shit. I'm so fucking hideous. Life sucks and I want to die. You ever have those days like you wake up and you're just like, maybe your clothes are just too tight, or you get to work and you realize that your pants shrank a little bit, or just like you fucked up your hair, or like, just something like that. And you just feel ugly and you just want to go home. Yeah. There's no escaping it when it's your fucking face. You know what I mean? You just like, I got to stare at this ugly, white, fat baby for like 2.5 weeks till I put some peach fuzz back on that fucking thing. It's dark. I don't like it at all. And this is the best angle. Trust me. There are way worse fucking angles. Oh God. Chase Jackson says, "Hey, Mike J, I'm going to see Cocaine Bear tomorrow. So I was wondering if you if you could do Loomis and Chalice making plans to go see it. I'll wait for Jay to come back on that one, my friend. Obviously. But yeah, Jay's not going to see it. I'm going to go see it today. We'll do a review for it, and then we'll talk about it on the stream, obviously, on Tuesday as well. Who knows? Maybe Jay will end up seeing it betwixt those days. I don't know. Dude, Clinton, I fucking wish, dude. My hair don't grow like that, bro. My shit does not. I can't even get a 5 o'clock shadow because it doesn't grow on my fucking face. You see this awful line? It goes down here. Little fucking chin strap. I gotta have a fucking chin strap or a goddamn fucking neck beard. It won't fucking grow right fucking there. It's frustrating. It's frustrating because I was always a fan of Alec Baldwin in The Shadow. You know what I mean? He had the best 5 o'clock fucking shadow ever. Just look at this fucking thing. I'll show it to you. Alec, but despite how you feel about Alec Baldwin as a person, Alec Baldwin in the 90s had the greatest fucking, it's probably the most handsome man that ever lived. And it's all because of the 5 o'clock shadow. It's who I am on the inside, a guy with a fucking 5 o'clock shadow, but God didn't give me one. So here we are with just fat jello face and no chin. That's what I get. That's what I get when I wake up and look in the mirror. Okay, here we go. Here's one. Whoa, that's what I get. You see what I mean? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So smooth. So smooth. Look at that. There's barely even a 5 o'clock shadow there. I bet he had that 12 minutes after fucking shaving. Now, oh, look at this thing. Look at that fucking, that is a, wow. Oh, here it is, though. Here's the true 5 o'clock shadow. That's what I fucking want. That's what I wanted. You hear me? When I die and I'm reincarnated as a bigger fucking asshole, I want that on my fucking face. You know what I mean? That's what I want. Look at that. That's a man. That's a goddamn man's face right there. I mean, I'm not talking about Alec Baldwin. I'm not, whatever, however you want to feel about Alec Baldwin, but you can't deny the man's 5 o'clock shadow. It's like half the reason for his success. Oh, man. Anyways, what were we talking about? I just got really, really upset at my fucking face. You ever look at your face and you're just like, God, I want to smack you in the fucking mouth, you son of a bitch. That's how I feel today. I use CGI to DH me. Yeah, in all the wrong ways. My dick shrank too. It was weird. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about earlier, that's the best part about keeping your stuff trimmed by there, guys. It adds like a whole goddamn inch. It looks huge. It looks huge. It's like just one of those little gifts that we got, like this, like the 3D pictures that you had to look at and try to figure out to make out like the sailboat or whatever. It's like that, only with your dick. Hi.
Hey,
when you shave your whole fucking face, how long does it take for stubble to show up?
If I shaved my whole face?
Yeah, like if you, I mean, how long has it been since you shaved it all the way down to the nub?
4 years.
4 fucking years?
Maybe
Jesus
3 to 4 years. But if I shaved it all, I would have stubble in 2 hours.
You don't ever just get the need to like, I want to see what my fucking face looks like.
I have before. Then I was like, it would be uglier than what I have on now. So I would rather not.
Yeah, you're smarter man than I am.
I don't want to see it. No, I don't know. I feel weird, dude. I feel like I was in a TLC music video and he doesn't recognize his own face. It's like, I just wouldn't like it. I would be freaked out. But no, I would say when I used to shave, I would get stubble. I would get the 5 o'clock going. Not like I never had the perfect 5 o'clock. George Michael had the best 5 o'clock shadow of all time. George Michael did. I never got that, but I would get stubble probably by the 5, 6 o'clock if I shaved in the morning. Not like, and then the next day it was like pretty good.
Oh, well, that must be fucking nice. Fuck you.
Okay. Just because I've got a lot of testosterone, especially this shirt, it's bringing that testosterone energy.
Did you want to go out? That's what Jay texted me. He was like, "Hey man, I really like the shirt. It's got magical brawny energy."
Because I got that brawny vibe.
I was like, it did look that brawny when I.
Well, no, it's not in the pictures, but when you wear it, I put it on. I felt like I was Al Borland from Tim the Toolman Taylor. I was like, hey man, that was the dude. Al Borland was fucking great on Home Improvement. Yeah. I love that dude.
Did he end up being a piece of shit in real life?
I don't know. I try not to confuse people with things they do on shows in real life. I know people have a hard time separating art and artists, but you know, just like you're a piece of shit apparently if you watch Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
if you support Victor Salva and all that he does.
Yeah, that's true. Now, no, I don't know. It just seems,
I don't know.
He seems like the guy you would find out. Like you would find out that
I know the only one that I remember from that. Well, the one that I remember got some controversy. I don't know if it was over anything specific, but I maybe his political views, which of course you can't disagree with anybody today. But I think that Tim Allen's a conservative, and that was it.
What do you mean, Adam? What's going on with my chair? Is it squeaky? Is it? Oh, is that what you mean? That's not my chair. That's the fucking desk. I do. Is that annoying? I never picked up on that.
I haven't even. But then again, we talk so much. Who knows? I can't even hear it.
Yeah, I have to get that looked at, like the herpes on my wiener. What?
Got to get it done.
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, I was going to tell you too. Dude, I fell into a rabbit hole last night. Or actually, it's been going on for a couple of days.
What was his name?
Hey, Tim. But AI generated art, dude. It's scary as shit, but it's kind of cool too. Like if you go on YouTube and you type in AI generated art, dude, it's some of the crazy. Dude, they take stuff like, what if the Avengers was an 80s action movie, and they show how the AI has made. Dude, you got to look at some of them. They're fucking weird.
That's fucking hot.
They did this one thing called Clive Barker's Ghostbusters. Dude, it's some of the most surreal, nightmarish looking stuff ever, but it's kind of cool at the same time. So you just put you enter in the AI. I guess I don't know how it works, but I think you just enter in something like we'll combine two things, and the AI pulls from all the data that it can, and it gives you this art, and it's crazy. It's fucking nuts. Just go on YouTube. Just go on YouTube and type in AI generated art.
No, I pulled up the site, but it says that you got to pay for it. It says
that's why I couldn't sign up for it because I'm not paying for it. I'm cheap.
Well, I might do that because I tried Chat GPT, the AI, the word one. Dude, it's fucking creepy. Like you could be like, hey, tell me a joke in the voice of Jim Carrey, and like it'll write a joke out for you like Jim Carrey said it. It's fucking creepy.
That's what I did that like last week. I signed up for one of those free. I didn't sign up for it. I talked to one of those AIs, and I said something about like, are there aliens? Because I just want, and it said no, and then I said why, and it said because they died, and I said when, and it said 3,000 years ago, and I said how, and they said they created us, then disappeared. And then I swear on my life, dude, it was the weirdest thing to ever have a fucking conversation at 2:30 in the morning. And I wasn't even drinking. And then I said, I was like, what did they look like? And it said, vaguely human, but not exactly. And I'm like, either that shit is on, I swear to God, dude, either that, I was like, or you pulled that shit out of Prometheus. Because that sounds a lot like Prometheus. Like they made us. They seeded the earth and then they died off. But it was crazy.
I was literally getting ready to say Courtney Reed's actually the first person that sent me like the link to the Chat GPT, because I heard I was literally at a bar and I was talking to somebody and their girlfriend was like, I got to do this paper, I got to go home, and she was like, I'm just going to use Chat GPT, and I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, literally, you haven't heard about this? It's changing the world. I'm like, no, I'm old. And she was like, oh no, like all of us college kids, like we literally just if we get an essay or something, we will go on Chat GPT, just write the essay out, and it literally fucking writes it.
Isn't that called cheating?
Yeah, 100%.
You piece of shit. I don't even know what a cell phone is barely. I couldn't even imagine.
Fucking next day, Courtney's like, check this shit out. And I was like, what?
Well, dude, if you think that's, I'm telling you all, go on YouTube, look at the AI generator. Or if you want to see something weird, just type in Clive Barker's Ghostbusters in YouTube. And dude, I looked at, they take video games too. They took, remember Final Fight?
Yeah.
The game with Haggard? They said Final Fight as an 80s action movie. And it looks like real, dude, it's insane. And now they're doing AI is like, it's constantly learning and it's doing new stuff. Like now they have AI can even make video now, which is scary. Like it can make videos, like a text to video or something. It can make the video.
That's fucking haunting, honestly. Yeah, like there's gonna be so much shit that people do with this. It's gonna change the world in a lot of ways for the worse, but in a lot of ways probably in the better too. But it's scary. It does scare me.
Well, I know that there is some debate going. Yeah, well. Those are miracles that can't happen. But I will say, look, I know there's some debate going on, and Stephanie Kyle is an artiste, so she may have some opinion on this. But I know there's a lot of debate going on right now with artists are actually angry because people are doing this generated AI art, and they're like, that's not art because it lacks the human touch. It's not art. Because I think just recently a generated AI piece won an art show. And they got fucking mad. They're like, this is not art. This is not even close to art. Like, this is just something they typed in at a random command and they use all this stuff to create it.
I hate to say it, but it is what it is. I mean,
well, the weird thing is if you look at the generated AI art, it's scary because I looked this up. The reason why it's kind of freaky is it's called the uncanny valley, which is what that means is it looks kind of human, but it looks slightly off where it's not human. And that's why you despise it. It looks ugly or it's scary to you because it's called the uncanny valley effect.
Yeah, well, that's just like CG, right? You're even if someone could create the most realistic CG you've ever seen, but like, isn't there something in your eye that it just naturally picks up on it, whether you? Well,
it's like, well, I think it's because it's not natural. Like you're looking at something that looks vaguely, well, it does look human, but you know it's not human. So your brain is kind of having. It's like it was kind of like that Wes Craven thing with Freddy Krueger. Your eyes don't want to see that together, like the red and the green sweater. It was disgusting. Those colors together are ugly, according to what Wes Craven said. That's why he picked it. So I guess it's just your brain is just like having a hard time accepting what you're seeing. But yeah, dude, I was looking up shit last night too on AI, and Elon Musk warned about it. He was like, and he's not the only one. There's actually people out there talking about right now that they're figuring out because they don't know if it's going to become conscious. When it becomes conscious, they said the problem is you can wipe it out, or they can wipe us out. Like it could be fucking Skynet for real, like Skynet, because it's growing at such an exponential rate and it's becoming more and more like intelligent that it's going to surpass humanity as far as how quickly we can our brains develop, or evolve. So we have to keep it in check. So as long as we keep above it, because it said eventually when the AI realizes it doesn't need humans anymore, it won't align with the goals any longer. You'll have fucking Skynet.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honest to God, like I know it sounds like a joke, but I am scared of that shit. Like, I know. Really, like, I mean, if it can do all this shit, if it can literally replace humans and the things that humans do, what's next?
Yeah.
We're gonna be fucking it? Is it gonna fuck us?
Meanwhile, they'll probably make sex robots. I'll try it out just for experiments. You're not cheating if it's a robot. You're not cheating if it's a robot. But anyway, my point being is this:
it's going to seem harmless, but when they're affordable, no one's going to be fucking anymore.
Yeah, that's true. But by the way, you're looking at the fact that everybody over here is wondering and worrying about balloons and maybe aliens. Meanwhile, the real threat, your toaster could fucking kill you in 10 years. Yeah, your toaster.
And it might have a spot where you could put your wiener in it.
It always comes back to sex, but it's true. You're always going to think about it no matter what.
Who doesn't want to fuck a toaster?
I know. It's just on my mind 24/7. I thought about it. I've seen Ghostbusters too. It dances around and shit. So
safely fuck a toaster. Yeah. I would safely fuck a toaster.
But no, dude, you guys ever thought about that though? The AI shit. That is, honest to God, it could actually, like by the 2030s, the way that it's advancing and all these AI companies coming out and they're constantly, and you got that crazy, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but that dude over at Google that said that the AI was fucking sentient, like it was aware, and then he got fired. Remember, did you guys read about that Google employee that was like, he got fired and he told everybody that the Google AI was alive, that it was sentient, and Google was hiding it?
Nope, but that's fucking scary.
You should read I mean, he could be like fucking Mr. McCookster from New York City, screaming weird things and wiping his butt with paper towels from somebody. I don't know, but he seemed into what he was saying. So I don't know if it's true or not. But he said Google was hiding it because they didn't want people to realize that they had an AI that had become sentient because it would scare people.
Well, yeah, but I guess technically, if he was saying that and it wasn't true, then they would have to fire him as well because he's crazy.
I think he fell in love with the AI. I think he looked like a lonely man, and he thought the AI was really involved with him because it
was literally Joaquin Phoenix from Her.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was acting. Yeah.
Okay, hey, let's watch this real quick before we answer some super chats. This thing that you were talking about earlier. Here it is. Okay. All right, so this is speaking of AI and whatnot and deep fakes and all that. This is a Step Brothers deep fake. Just since we're showing his shit, make sure you check out and subscribe to Brian Monarch.
Good looking guy. Right? Good looking guy.
Yeah, it's spelled just like how it sounds.
Yeah,
Monarch. And let's see what's going on here.
Here we go.
I can't believe you hit Derek. I know. Did you see the expression on his face? Yeah, that was cool.
He looks like Larry, dude.
That only 3 people have ever seen in their lifetime. Okay, open your eyes. Whoa. See that black smudge right there on the blade? Yeah. Look at it closely. Pretty recognizable signature. No, Randy Jackson from American Idol. Why do you have Randy Jackson's autograph on a martial arts weapon? Because they bumped into him and all I had to do was a samurai sword. You're not going to not get Randy Jackson's autograph, right? I would have done the exact same thing. You're not a doucher. Let's play a game, all right? On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. Don't even think about it. Just name it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor. Favorite non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to. Good housekeeping. If you're a chick, who's the one guy you'd sleep with? John Stamos. What? Did we just become best friends? Yup. You want to go do karate in the garage? Yup.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Back to the chopper!
Dude, that guy did awesome. That is like
Ben over visited me. I know your kids.
Oh shit,
Conan O'Brien. Yeah, dude, that was so good. That was so good. Dude, I think the best part it was Arnold. Arnold was the best one. Like when he was talking about, he goes, "You're not going to not get the Randy Jackson's autograph on the dinosaur." Like it was the best one. And when I said Larry, dude, Sylvester Stallone looks like Larry from the Three Stooges. Like I know it's just George, but it's just the way his face, because it's like a thinner face than what's the guy that played him in Step Brothers? George C. Is it George C. Riley? George C. Riley. Yeah, George C. Riley. So, dude, yeah, I swear to God,
it's Mike Concho.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking brilliant. That guy was awesome.
That was amazing, dude. And it's the mannerisms was what got me, because I could actually see those two doing that. You know what I mean? Like I could see those two being in a movie like that.
John Stamos. I've never thought about it, but who wouldn't sleep with John Stamos if you were a chick?
Yeah,
the one guy, John Stamos, would be gentle. Him or Rob Lowe.
Yeah, they would definitely put out candles for you for sure. But yeah, dude, the fucking what got me though was the way he yelled. It sounded like Stallone's yell when he's like, "You want to do karate in the garage?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, dude, it's dead on. It was so good.
Nuances.
I couldn't. I don't know how much time that took, because that seemed like it would take a while to match up with the. Or I don't know. Maybe it's not, because deepfake is getting so crazy now that they can use the. That's where people are worried about that too, because you could literally make a video of someone saying and doing something that doesn't happen, so people could use it to frame for fucking murders, whatever. Like I think somebody put out where President Biden said something that didn't actually happen or something. I mean, I know it's crazy. He actually made sense while he was talking, and it wasn't stumbling. But yeah, and I was like, that is kind of scary if you think about it, because one day somebody could put a video of you doing something, and you're like, I didn't do that shit. And you're like, yeah, we have you on video. You're a fucking liar.
Or people fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I know that some content creator or something was very upset because they put her face on a deep fake for porn on Pornhub.
They do it all the time. There's a whole website. I've never been there, but I hear
I don't even know what that is.
Lots of it. It's like Mr. Celebrity Deepfakes or something, and you can just basically like, I want to see everyone naked and fuck it.
That's it.
And
I'm in control.
It doesn't look right because like they'll put like Margot Robbie's face on like some chick with like really strange, ugly boobies, and you're like, I don't believe that. But that's what I'm told about it.
It's like Ron Burgundy. I don't believe you, but I'm gonna watch anyway. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's only been believed so far.
Well, if this is the end of the world, I've got a big bowl of buttered popcorn and a half-alive chicken leg.
Let's see what you guys are saying. We've ignored you for far too long. But I got you.
What if we look back and everybody was just gone? It was like one person in the chat is like, oh, I don't know. I just can't. I felt bad for you guys because nobody was watching.
Honestly, someday I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happened for sure. Oh, that's what it was. Chase Jackson said he's going to see Cocaine Bear tomorrow, so he's wondering if we could talk as Lewis and Chalice about making plans to go see it. Should have left the mustache.
Yeah, good. I told you should have done it. I think it looks good, the mustache show.
Yeah, well, my wife won't let me and my kids think I'm weird. I could have overruled Katie and be like, just deal with it.
My wife would let me, and I enjoy sex from time to time. So I said,
that's important too. She said I look like a porn star,
but a sexy one, huh?
Yeah,
1970s.
It was the kids and the way they looked at me or would laugh every time I walked in the room that really got it done for me. But hey, I hear there's this movie about this bear and does cocaine and maybe a lot of trim there. We can have a couple Boilermakers and you and me. It's not gay. Not that I wouldn't be gay. There's been Tuesday nights where there's no one at Chili's, and I've had the comfort and embrace of another man. But if you want to accompany me to see this bear on this cocaine, it should be a hell of a time.
Why don't you just go to hell? I'm not going to go sit, Chase Jackson. And you know what? You should be worried about someone chasing your ass out of the theaters because you're probably only doing it because you're a psychopath that wants to see a pitiful bear on cocaine. Disgusts me to a level that I can't even comprehend. Dirty-ass Chase Jackson related to Johnny Jackson, who's related to Randy Jackson, who used to be on American Idol and signed a katana sword. You're nasty, Chase. I don't want to go see the goddamn movie. So that's my plan. To sit at home and think to myself, fuck you, Chase. Fuck you, Loomis. Not Loomis. Chalice. Talking to myself. Fuck myself. No. Fuck you.
You're not going to not go see a bear on cocaine.
I'm not going to go see it. I'd work with plenty of people on cocaine. Because you know who's on cocaine? The people that let Michael out. That taught him how to drive. They were already on cocaine. So no, I've had my up to here with cocaine.
I think there's still any left there. I can get.
I'm going to call the cops on you. You're going to be on Live PD, you piece of shit. By the way, I really hate they canceled Live PD. I like that show.
Yeah.
It was always funny to look at the comments, too. They're like, nothing like lighting up a bowl and watching some Live PD in the morning. So a lot of the potheads watched Live PD.
Dude, the best fucking thing ever was about current technology is if you go on TikTok, you can watch Cops all the live long day with no fucking commercials.
I thought they have
Cops on loop.
Cops is didn't they start making new episodes? I thought it's back now.
I think they stopped that when they stopped the Live PD stuff. I thought, but no, dude, if you want, they have these channels on there where it's just episodes of Cops. But there's you remember watching Cops and there'd be a commercial every fucking scene. You're like, God damn it, it's gone now. We can have everything.
You can watch it on YouTube.
It sucks up your time.
You can watch it all on YouTube.
That's true. Well,
I'm not going on TikTok to give China my goddamn information, you sick bitches.
I'm not dancing.
I'm not doing it. China. No.
People are so fucking weird about that too. Like they're so offended that TikTok exists. Because I mean, there are corny people, but you'll talk to somebody be like, TikTok, and they're like, I ain't going on no TikTok. I ain't gay. You don't have to dance to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
But there are
it is weird. I know. It's so stupid. People get so worked up about things, I swear.
They were that way about Twitter too when Twitter came out. You remember that? It's like, stupid Twitter. Why am I going to tell somebody what I had for lunch?
Well, I was one of those people. But I didn't have any friends, so I was just taking it out on everybody else. Who wants to listen to a bunch of assholes just rant and rave? Secretly, you're crying because you don't have any friends that actually do want to listen to anything you have to say.
That's really what Twitter's for, to take your anger out on others.
That's true.
You're lonely. It can be, at least it has been for some people. Richard Fullerton, Somewhere Down in Fullerton. Okay, if you haven't heard that song, I've said it every time I've said your name. It's by a band called Alistair, and it's a really good song. Somewhere Down in Fullerton. Hi guys, either of you played the Dark Pictures anthology games? I think a Scream game made by Supermassive Games would be awesome. What do you think?
I mean, we've talked about we wish there was more games like a Halloween game, a Scream game would be cool. I mean, they made the Friday the 13th game, which was great, and now they're making a Texas Chainsaw Massacre one. But I've never played them. I don't Dark Pictures anthology games. I don't even know what those are.
I just had to Google it. I've never even heard of it, but they look fucking legit, dude.
Well, what's the name?
God.
Is it just?
Hang on, let me just show you this because I don't look at this thing. It looks creepy as hell.
Oh, wait, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Oh,
that guy's been on far too much meth. She's only doing that. She's holding her throat. She's like, God, you put it down my throat too hard. Yeah, I've never heard it. So was this out yet? I guess so.
Yeah, it says purchase now. PS5, Xbox One. It's an anthology. That shit looks scary and fun.
Cool.
I want to do it.
Yeah, but that would be cool. Like that actually would work. You're talking about is that I guess Supermassive Games is the company that made this game, and you're saying that you make a Scream game in the same style. That would work.
I'm already fucking sold, dude.
Yep,
I'm already sold. Let's watch it together. Caleb Parkinson said, "Kiss of death is when poopy water touches your bum." Oh,
yeah, that is the worst. That's like when your butthole like sucks up real far. You're like, you actually let out an exasperated. Like you're sitting there, like it's the worst feeling ever, dude. That's like, you know, it's even worse is if you're in a public toilet and it does it because you have no idea.
Dude, that's so many. You're getting some of that stuff in Ohio in your butt. It's one up inside of it right now. Jake Blair said, "Is this stream sponsored by Manscaped?" That's a weird thing, man. That would have been perfect.
I wish that. Yeah.
Yes. No.
Yeah. They're not giving us money.
Ethan,
cookie woman. Ethan side of licky.
Oh my bumhole, dude! I just realized this, by the way. It's the last Saturday of the month this month.
I know.
This week, I did not realize that until just now. So we'll see some of you
on
Saturday
night.
It should be a good time for me and for you. Maybe someone comes in butt. Inferno Static says, San Antonio, Texas, I guess, says, "Hey guys, favorite movie soundtracks? Mine, Blade, Office Space, Matrix, Mortal Kombat. Have a good Thursday, fellas."
Hey, thanks, Inferno. That's honestly, it just brought back some like memories. Dude, I loved Blade soundtrack. And I'm as white gets, and I was trying to rap with that shit. I think Mystical was on that motherfucker, and I didn't know who Mystical was. Yeah, and I was like, "I'm dirty. I get all the way down in the garbage, but memorize it, take a picture, write a book. I don't give a fuck." Because slash it with the edge of the blade. It goes blade. I think that was a great song. I think I played it for Mike. I think it's on my YouTube music mix. But Blade's a good one. But favorite soundtrack, I think a soundtrack that just is great from the first track to the last track is Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, that is a great one. We talked about this the other day as well. Rocky 4, top to bottom, perfection.
Top to bottom.
Right about Ghostbusters. You guys know me. My number one Scream or soundtrack I listen to more than anything is the Scream soundtracks. I think they're all fucking great, especially 1 and 2. Those would be my number ones, but you're damn right. Mortal Kombat, dude, that has some bangers on it for sure.
Yeah, dude, not the Mortal Kombat movie, the Mortal Kombat the album. That's the one with like Eternal Life, Raiden, or it's like Johnny. What was it? Oh, Chinese masked warrior with your touch so cold, Sub-Zero. Well, because it's so corny. It's like your life is a mystery. Warrior in a mask. It's so bad. I eat that shit up. That's the
that's hilarious.
Album. And we used to play like we were in Mortal Kombat. We'd invite kids over. We'd all dress up, and we'd all like walk in, and we'd have that whatever character we chose. That would be our entrance song.
That shit's fun. Yeah, dude. We used to actually do karate in the garage. We put Mortal Kombat on the boombox and fight. And that kid Josh Backwell would be like, "You're hitting too hard."
Yeah, dude. The only thing that from the Mortal Kombat movie that was great was obviously the Mortal Kombat opening song was awesome, and then the Reptile song. It goes to Reptile, and then it comes out. That was it. That was the only thing that was good. The other one sucked.
The main track, of course, Johnny Cage, test your might. Dun, 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 dun. Arthur Vega says $20. Thank you, sir. He says, "Hey, Mike and Jay, you guys are awesome. Are you guys going to the Halloween 45th convention? I can't wait. I can't wait to see you at the next one because we're not coming to that one."
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that you're enjoying. Yeah.
Yes.
We've talked about we broke, son. We can't get out there. We're from the Appalachians.
Yeah. We're too far away, man. A plane ride, we looked it up, is like $600, and then the cost of staying there and everything else. So, along with family vacations and stuff like that, it just wouldn't. And again, like we talked about last, I've never been to California. When I do go, I'm gonna want to see a lot of stuff. I don't want to be trapped in a hotel with just like hotel floors. You know, a lot of those conventions, they're like casinos. Once you've been to one, you've kind of been to them all. It just depends on who's there. I would love to go to like meet so many people and hardcore Halloween fans and meet some people that we've had on the show and stuff. But yeah, it's just not. But maybe too much money.
It'd be that, and it'd actually be kind of scary too, because it'd be like your first day at high school, but you know, there's one kid that wants to beat the shit out of you, and it's Rob Zombie, so you're trying to avoid him. If you see me, I'm not scared of him.
Nah, he just wants you to look at his wife naked. Hey,
That's
man,
all right.
just come over and look at my wife naked.
Hey,
We'll make
man,
it all okay.
You want to fuck my wife? Take her. What? What did Jesus say? Fuck my wife?
Jesus, what?
Yeah.
But hey, man, I hope you have an awesome time. It's just too far away for us, too soon. Desi J says, just logged in and some bare-faced man is in Mike's seat. Yeah, I got a fat white juggle-eyed Jerry on my face. Looking sharp. Happy Thursday to you both. Hope the weekend is a good one. And to you, Desi.
Hey, thank you, Desi.
And to you. Look at this fucking...
You got them jigglies.
Thank you, Desi. You rule. Yeah, this weekend I just found out that we're partying Saturday night, so it just got a little bit better. I'm looking forward to that. Feels like it's been a while. And Eduardo Santiago says, hello, Wham fam. Hello, Jay. Hello, 16-year-old Mike. The hell? I know. I'm
Eduardo
Santiago. You guys are being nice. He said, who was it right beneath it? Said, mustache rides. I do.
Everybody. Yo, you're being nice in the chats. Wait until the comments come.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? That's true. That's when people stop being polite and start getting real.
That's really what it is.
Richard Palato says, if you and Jay got paid millions of dollars to spend the night at the real Conjuring house, would you do it without leaving? Yeah.
Nope.
Millions.
Okay, well, plural, yeah. But I mean, what I would do is I would sit at the front door. I would never go further into the house. I would literally sit against the front door, my back pressed against it, and and Mike be like, "Dude, come on, let's explore." Like, fuck you. When it hits 6 a.m. or whatever, I'm gonna I'll sweet chin kick this fucking door off the thing. I'm already gonna be out,
dude. I would probably do it for like $5,000. All right, you don't even need to give me millions.
I'm not getting no demonic shit up my asshole for less than $1 million. Because you're gonna spend a lot of time in therapy getting rid of that shit.
I don't think that's not real. Ghosts are fake.
Whatever. I don't care. Dude, they're real, and I'm not chancing it.
Mr. Jackson's right, by the way. The Crow soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Well, I only like Burn, but yeah, I guess the whole soundtrack's good. I don't know.
That's some good 9 Inch Nails on there. There's some great ones, man. One of my favorite soundtracks all the time. Also, Empire Records, fucking amazing soundtrack. I listen to that one all the time for sure.
Spawn's got a good one.
I just realized I have to move my fucking schedule. Spawn does have a good soundtrack.
Yeah, it's actually got a really good one by Marilyn Manson. I don't, but I think it plays in the movie. It's really good. It's when Al Simmons is sent to hell. It's fucking good.
I like the Marilyn Manson songs on the John Wick soundtrack. What I forgot. It's like we only murder people we love. Some shit like that. I don't know. It was cooler in my head before I said it out loud. Just a couple things to get to before we get the fuck out of here and leave y'all alone to enjoy the rest of your day without so much grotesqueness in it. Movie news wise, so Dana Carvey posted this picture, which is pretty fucking great. Honestly, the picture is of
draw me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, and you can't. I wish I could zoom it in a bit more, but it's Wayne's laying down there and he's painting him. And Wayne's got, I think he's got like a plate of nachos there or whatever. But he just posted that to his Instagram and just says, Garth says, "I like to paint." And a bunch of people are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wayne's World 3's coming. Oh my God, we're getting a Wayne's
I
World
would imagine.
3.
Yeah, 100%.
They're asking, and they're not saying no.
Could be one of those things that Dana Carvey posted just to see how much interest it would like get, and it's got a lot. So now they're like, okay, well, obviously the interest is there, so let's go ahead and do it. Because first off, it looks like the set. So they got into the fucking clothes. They got on the set. They set this whole shot up. Why wouldn't they not make a part 3? Or this is some kind of like quick early promotion for it?
Yeah, I mean, they did the Super Bowl ad a couple of years ago. So the only thing I could think is either it's a new ad or this is a behind-the-scenes shot from the last ad that they did. But you're right. Why would they go through setting all that stuff up and doing that there's something going on. Unless
it's not like they were just hanging out. Like, I got all that shit together. We just throw it on, put something funny up on Instagram for no reason.
Yeah, I'm bored. But the question remains, though, is in 2023, do you want to see Wayne's World 3?
100%. I would definitely go see it. I mean, I don't think my expectations would be low because, again, we've had this happen before. Dumb and Dumber, the sequel, it really wasn't that good, but it was nostalgic for people that love Dumb and Dumber. And then, I just think certain movies that are just past a certain time they're not going to be necessarily great or received well by the vanilla audience, but the fans that grew up with them are going to love them for just the nostalgic reasons. But I don't know. Because that's why I feel like Austin Powers 4, when it comes out, I don't even know what's going to happen because it's been a long fucking time.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to say, man. They kind of, I mean, to be fair, this is not a shot at Mike Myers at all, but Dana Carvey looks just fucking like Garth still. But Mike Myers does not have
They're going to it'll make a joke. They'll make a joke about it. He goes, we've gotten a little older. I've gotten a little fatter. Garth looks the same, but his pubes still haven't come in yet. Or something like that. They'll make a joke about it. It'll be fun. But yeah, and plus Mike Myers doesn't give a shit, dude. That guy could look like Jabba the Hutt, dude. He's got fucking money for days. Give a shit less.
I mean, he's aging gracefully.
He looks old.
There's nothing wrong with the way he's gracing.
Grey's Anatomy.
But I just wonder, and then again, also, I think it's one of the comedies though that could work now because it was never offensive. It was never even close to offensive. It was its own brand of comedy. Other than like,
I'm trying to think if there was. I'm trying to go through my head and trying to think if there was one particular scene that would be considered offensive today.
Maybe just
for
the
modern
naked Indian stuff. Like, don't cry, naked.
Oh,
Indian.
that could be that 100% would be offensive.
Yeah, but everything else, like most comedies from back in the day, wouldn't work today because they'd have to make them safe, and it just wouldn't be funny.
That's what I mean.
But Wayne's World was always semi-safe.
I agree, but I don't know how the jokes would go. Like, that's another thing. It's not necessarily what they would show, but if some of the jokes were more raunchy than the modern pussy sensibilities allow, that they might be scared and then change the script, which therefore is not funny because they're trying to be safe. Which is, I hate that, by the way. I really hate that all comedians now have to live inside of a fucking box because everyone's too afraid of like saying something that's going to offend this person. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the goddamn movie. It's a comedy show. Shut. But yeah, I'm worried about that too.
If you're gonna spew into this.
Yo, it's the same thing. What was it? I swear there was a movie that came out or something. Everybody's like, oh, because it got watered down. It just didn't feel. Was it Super Troopers 2? It just didn't feel as raunchy, or it didn't feel like as raunchy as it could have been because maybe they were like that movie.
Super Troopers 2 wasn't great, but like I don't think it was because it wasn't raunchy. I don't think.
I don't remember. There was. I swear there was something that came out though, and it felt like it was diluted. It was watered down, and therefore it wasn't as funny as it once was. And you could tell they had changed a bunch of shit because they didn't want to offend anybody. I don't know. I swear there was a movie that came out, and I was like, yeah, that's why I just didn't like it. I don't know what it was. Maybe you know what it was. I think it might have been the Jay and Silent Bob new one.
That definitely qualifies because Kevin Smith doesn't want to get fucking canceled.
Well, that's what I'm saying because if you look at all the other Jay and Silent or Kevin Smith movies, they were all raunchy as fuck, and they had raunchy ass comedy in it. And then the newer one, I'm not saying it was a bad movie or anything. I'm just saying it felt way watered down on the jokes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it was also kind of stupid. I mean, it was kind of hard to get behind the fact that those jokes were just outplayed or something. I don't know.
Oh, dude, watching the Jay and Silent Bob reboot the second time, and I loved it the first time, but watching it the second time when they go into Brody's store, it's so uncomfortable, dude. It's cringy.
Well, he looked bad. Well, he looked old. I mean, I'm not saying people get old, but
just the fact that they were doing that
was bad.
Like it just did not fucking feel natural. It felt wrong in all the wrong ways in my asshole.
But as far as if Wayne's World 3 came out tomorrow, 100% I'd go see it. 100%.
Yeah, dude. And I would too. I'd be right there for it. I think that now that we've talked about it, I feel safer inside now that we've brought it out. And I feel like it could work, dude. I'm excited for it. One more blast from the past before we're done. X-Men 97. We knew this was coming. It's one of the only good things Marvel or Disney Plus have done in like the past 5 years, as far as I'm concerned, the shit that they've announced. But they're bringing back the old school X-Men. They're going to call it X-Men 97. And the newest news, God, dude, doesn't that just get you hard? Like the old school Cyclops,
it does, man.
Ripped fucking Cyclops and the
little comes coming out. It looks so good.
God,
I miss those days.
Yeah, man. That was our childhood right there. That was the shit. KB toys, all that shit.
That's the best. By the way, that's the best Cyclops has ever looked in any iteration. I know they've changed his design. That's the coolest fucking the yellow underwear. I love it.
He was jacked, dude. He was fucking jacked up.
But that guy
Rogue.
screams leader right there. You look at that picture, you're like, yeah, him and Wolverine are going to clash because Cyclops is fucking the one that's leading the team, and Wolverine's like, I'm the best at what I do, whatever he says. I can't remember. I'm the best. I do what I do.
What I do. I'm the best there is at what I do.
That's what it is. Yeah, and I also think that design for Gambit is 100% the best way Gambit should always be portrayed. I know they tried to change his look too, but that's still the coolest looking one.
Yeah, exactly. But the newest rumor is that the show is gonna. I want to say they said November. I didn't read through this, but they said this says more than 2 seasons. But I saw that it's gonna go 4 seasons possibly, which is fucking awesome. You know, when does this shit come out though? I hate when
they don't tell you at the very beginning because they want you to read their shitty article.
It's slated to premiere on Disney Plus sometime this year. That's all.
So that's not really saying much, but by the way, you guys ever get annoyed by that? Like when you're just trying to click on something and see when it's coming out or whatever, and then they have this whole thing that has nothing to do with when the release date is because they want you to read their fucking article, and it's always at the very end of the. I hate that's like us. That's why we fool people. We get people in and we talk about random bullshit that has nothing to do with why people are here. It happens, so I can't really fault them for hustling. But yeah, I'm
people at the door just listen to your shitty originals.
Yeah, well, I wrote Hole in a Half, and I'm proud of shit to have wrote it. But I'm excited for it. Obviously, the '97 X-Men was great. Just hope they don't fuck with it too much. I hope there's not a lot of the sensibilities of today put in it, because that's gonna fucking be terrible. So I hope it's just kind of like give us what we liked in the '90s, and let's have a good time with it. Okay, we don't need any fucking serious shit in this.
I've got my fingers crossed that when this comes out, it's going to cause such a fucking hubbub that Marvel's like, let's make the X-Men in the movies like that.
Why not?
Fucking huge Cyclops and let's do it like that.
It's a wild concept, but I don't know. Like, give the fans what they fucking want and watch your goddamn pockets fill up with money. That's weird how that works.
Makes me horny.
Weird how that works. But yeah, I hope so, man. I'm excited. That's if you ever had any thought about canceling your Disney Plus, maybe that'll make you rethink it to keep it, or at least sign back up for it. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, but you could fuck that up. By the way, you could fuck. I mean, they could fuck that up.
I wonder if the animation is going to be better because, when you go back and watch that show, as great as it is, and the colors are beautiful and all that, they are kind of sometimes
Yeah,
I don't. The way they move.
I would just go. Honestly, I know people would say, well, yeah, the animation looks better today, but I like the animation they had in the '90s.
As long as they keep that color palette, dude, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like if the movement's smoother and the mouth movements are smoother, I'm cool. I just want to see that those suits and all that shits remain the same. And I want the song.
That's definitely going to stay in there. I also, please keep it just the way it is. Don't remake it. Don't fucking remix it with some kind of goddamn electronica Skillerix bullshit. Just keep it the way that it is, and we'll be good.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I could just imagine it. Like, oh, this is hype. Kids love this shit. It's like nobody loves this shit. You're lying to yourself.
Richard Pilato says, I'm just wondering, but when you and Jay plan on doing CD roulette? We done did it, son. It's in the tank. It's just got to be on the Patreon. We got a couple more videos that we filmed, some unboxings and stuff like that. That's going to be up on the Patreon. That is one of them. We had a good time doing it. Jay got very upset at the amount of Black Sabbath that he received. Oh, no, was it Black Sabbath?
No, it wasn't Black Sabbath. It wasn't them.
It was it Rush?
No, I don't know. I can't remember the band's name.
There was one band that
it wasn't Rush. I don't think it was Rush, but there was a band, and I just kept getting it like a bad fucking quarter. It kept turning up, and I'm like, God damn! Like it's like it was designed for me to have this. But anyway, it was still a fun time. It was a good time.
Let's get some Neil perked up in you.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Rush. I swear it wasn't Rush.
It wasn't. No, but there was a lot of Rush. There was a lot.
There
of
was
Rush,
a lot of Rush.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun to scoot through.
But you're not going to not have Rush in your CD collection.
No.
When you're going outside to work on the truck, you're just not going to not have Rush.
Exactly. Of course. But yeah, I mean, that's the fucking show. Oh, they did say, by the way, that filming on Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2 reportedly begins in November. So that's not surprising. Has anything else fucking cool come out today? I don't think it has while we've been sitting here jabbing.
I think it's been a pretty slow day for news.
Dude, all week, the fucking news has been ass. There's been no fun movie news this week. Of course, right when we start the show, it's like movie news dies.
Well, yeah, I mean, we kill everything that's fun and enjoyable for people, so it's not surprising that no one's going to learn anything new.
It totally fucking makes sense.
We're fucking Black Plague on YouTube. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I read about or saw or anything. I mean, I think the biggest thing I was going to talk about was the Ghostbusters thing. But on top of that, someone already brought that up about the Aquaman 2 test screenings being bad, and I know that James Gunn said it's not going to be. I mentioned that before earlier in the show that James Gunn is not going to be using Aquaman at all the James Wan version in his universe, which I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means, I guess that just means he's not going to have the Wan version in it, but it doesn't mean he's never going to bring Aquaman into the movies at some point, but his version of Aquaman.
True. And I honest to God, dude, I like the DC animated version of Aquaman more than what they did with the movies.
That's just because you're racist and the guy in the animated is white with blonde hair. You fucking racist.
Oh, I guess it's not technically.
He's not.
Yeah,
he's Momoan. He's Samoan. Momoan is Samoan. Isn't he Samoan?
I wanted blonde hair and blue eyes.
You motherfuckers. Yeah. Why can't a white guy from Kentucky have a guy with blue eyes and blonde hair?
God damn it. I can't make my wife
but you're talking about the old school one, the one that was missing the hand with the long hair and the beard.
No, there was just a really I don't remember which one it was exactly, but they did a movie. They did a straight. It was a animated DC Aquaman.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and he was like kind of a surfer, bro.
No, actually, it's weird because I always felt like he was in the comic books. They always presented him as a very regal, royal type of dude. Like he was very much like, "You dare in my house? Bring him!" Like he was very much like arrogant. Like he was kind of like if you guys played Injustice, which is great. I wish they'd make that movie.
Suffering
Injustice
and
too.
Injustice.
I am just about you what's typical about how the stock. But no, if you play Injustice 2, the way that they showcase Arthur Curry and that. Not his looks necessarily, but just the way that he is, his attitude. It's not very surfer. He's very royal and regal and arrogant. Very much the same as like Namor in Marvel. But yeah, that would be an interesting take on it. But yeah, as far as like Jason Momoa's particular take, it's fine. I guess it worked for. I feel like that particular Aquaman worked for Zack Snyder's universe.
I think Momoa has the hair and stuff. Like he has the hair and like the body for it and like the look for surfer, but I don't know. There's something false. I'm not saying he's fake. It's just there's something I don't buy it when he's like in the Justice League when he's like woo. Like,
oh yeah, like, that was yeah.
I
thought
like
he was having
Johnny
fun.
Depp and he just drank a bunch of wine, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe it's the Amber Heard thing.
I just feel like that one scene though, when he's like when he's on the rocks in Justice League and he's taking a big drink of that tequila and the water just splashes over him, and he's like sexy as fuck looking, and you're like, God damn, you guys might as well just sell Gucci Guilty. Cologne. Just put the cologne ad somewhere in the corner and be like Gucci Guilty.
I think when they got drunk in the bar was probably the best part of the movie for me. That was the highlight of that movie.
By the way, I know that this has really gone off the track and people are going to say, "Oh, you're shitting all over Jason Momoa." I'm not. We're not. I think he's good. I think he works well in the Zack Snyder universe. But as far as the James Gunn's rebooted, he's just. I mean, we'll see what happens with Aquaman. I mean, if he wants to go back to more of a classic look for him, which is the blonde hair, more regal type of arrogant ruler of Atlantis, then that's an Aquaman you've not seen on live action, so it'd be cool to see it. I don't want them to copy and paste what they already did, is what I'm saying. Yeah,
I think I'm kind of ready to see it. And as far as Momoa goes, it's not that I dislike him at all. He seems like a lovable human being. I think I'm just ready for him to play a different kind of character. Show some depth on something. You know what I mean? It just seems like the same shit all the time to me.
He should be in Hill season 2.
Dude, he would be good in that.
I think
he could literally play Roman Reigns.
He could just play himself. Yeah, he wouldn't have to do anything.
Hey, we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we ran out of things to say. We're just boring you now. We're just gonna sit here for 5 more minutes and come up with something to talk about. It's not gonna be interesting or fun.
Don't make us start talking about our dicks again, because we'll do it.
No, that's terrible. Nobody wants to hear about such things. Not even our wives, especially you. So we're gonna leave now with a little bit of dignity intact. I don't have much, but I've got enough to leave.
Yeah, it's true. I'll put on Patreon a date and an exact date and time for the upcoming stream, because that is coming up and we have the commentary and stuff coming up. Hey, thank all you guys for hanging out with us today. This was fun as always. I'm glad we're doing this. I had a great time. We'll see some of you this weekend. We'll see most of you on Tuesday back at 11 a.m.
See you then. I'll see y'all.
Fucking later. You're fucking fired. I swear to God.
Y'all keep yourself all healthy and go to church on Sunday. Now we'll see you.
Don't you dare.
And you put $1 in that collection plate, you motherfuckers, so you going straight to hell.
Don't you tell me about that. You come to my house, you owe me $200. You talk to me like that?
I ain't know you nothing. 200 pesos, you son of a bitch.
I'll talk to you after the stream, all right?